Shalom.
Shalom.
Hey, we the Hebrew Israelites. Come out week in and week out, the upside downfall of the wicked kingdom. America, aka Babylon, aka Egypt, aka Solomon and Gomorrah. First and foremost, we'll give all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and the Son. Give honor to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Well, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. We are here for the elect only of the 12 tribes of Israel, Judah, the so-called Negroes, Benjamin of the West Indies, Jamaican, Levi are the Haitians, Seminole Indians, Gad are the North American Indians, Issachar the so-called Mexicans, Zebulon is Guatemala and Panama, Nassau the so-called Cubans, Simeon are the Dominicans, are the Puerto Ricans, Asher is Colombia, Uruguay, and Naphtali is Argentina and Chile. These are the 12 tribes of Israel. Who our big brother Yahweh Shai is coming to redeem 1/3 the elect. 2/3 are set up for the destruction. Isaiah 24:10, start at 8. Malachi 4:1. Okay? And through prophecy, man, we know that this place is falling. Day by day when we wake up, it's basically like a new beginning of the end of prophecies. Man, every day you wake up is something new. Okay? But we're not surprised because the Most High has spoken these things in the scriptures, man. That's what prophecy is, to say before. Okay? All right?
Isaiah 24:8. The month of the tablet ceasing.
Mercy, that joy of the tablet ceases, man. 2020, what happened? Esau shut it down. Right. Everybody complained about, I ain't got nothing to do, it's so boring. Please open this thing back up just so we can go to the bar and get a damn double shot of fucking vodka. That's what it's all about. Right. Okay, go ahead.
Hey, and that was after our Passover. After the Passover last year, America went to shit.
Yeah, right.
Everything went bad. Kobe died. That was it.
Hey, other camps couldn't even do the Passover.
Right.
See? So that was a sign.
They actually missed their Passover 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
They went 2 years postponing it. You know what I'm saying? Waiting for everything to open back up. You see that video? I can't wait for 2022. I'm gonna get a backup. No, you're not. You're not. No, you're not. So you don't postpone the Passover twice. You know what I'm saying? Because it can't be how you want to do it.
Right.
That's crazy.
Habibi ran out of chicken, so y'all figure ain't got to do it.
Isaiah 24:8. The month of the tablet ceasing. The noise of them that rejoicing ended.
You know what? What do that again?
The noise of them that rejoice ended.
The noise of them that rejoice ended. People in the streets, man. When you go out these streets of these cities, man, all you see is Esau acting a donkey, man. Fuck you, motherfucker. That's how they do it, man.
They drugged out.
Woo, and all that shit. Party, man. You know, that's America, man. Okay, go ahead.
The joy of the harp ceasing. They should not drink wine with the song.
They should not drink wine with a song, man. Okay? Now when you drink your wine, it's at home through the COVID and it's sad. Right. Hey, that liquor wine will do you two different ways. It'll have you happy or that ask Jerry Jones. That's right. Ask Jerry Jones.
Yeah, now you be drinking. You can sleep.
Yeah.
Back in like 2004, 5, or 7, when we first came in, we used to drink a little more happy.
Yeah.
We used to drink the box Carlos Rossi. That's the GMS starter kit. Carlos Rossi. It was the predecessor. Tripping, yeah. The box, you know.
Yeah, we was tripping.
But we were happy. Yeah. But now when we drink, we still happy around each other when we drink. Yeah. But the spirit of drinking now is like, right. You know, you're down.
Isaiah 24:9. They should not drink wine with a song. Strong drink should be bitter to them that drink it.
Strong drink shall be bitter. So, hey, when you're sad, that strong drink, it's a whole different taste to it. And it's in all their mouths, bro. You can see it. Because I'm going to tell you, last year in March, when I went out, that first week they shut it down, my car was the only one on the whole street. And I was the only one standing out there. I hollered hello, and you can hear hello like 9 blocks away. I was the only one. But guess what? The Lord was like, don't get out there, don't matter. Okay? And it's going to be that way again. You see? Because more people are not falling for this jab than what y'all thinking. You ain't falling for it, man.
They don't have as many people as they want. They're getting ready to come down with a whole nother plan. Because the enchantments of Esau are getting weak.
Verse 10. The city of confusion is broken down.
The city of confusion, man. The city was America. It's broken down. Okay, go ahead.
Every house is shut up.
Go ahead.
That no man may come in.
That no man may come in. Okay. Now we was just the brother here was just on the phone. Every nurse in the hospital, your mama working quick today. So that let you know it's shut down, man. It's no joke. These are essential people needed for when somebody walk around on a damn oxygen tank.
Half dead.
Who's gonna help your ass?
That's right.
So they quit. You know?
Burger King workers, whole crews were just conspiring with one another and leaving. They go in one day, they put the fries in the thing, and they all leave with the fries still. And the manager's like, what the, you know? The whole crew quit. Everybody fed the hell up. And the joy being taken away, these stores are closing. This shutdown has led to how many different closings? If you watch closely, they'll just say it quickly. You know, Macy's is closing 500 stores. This place is closing. That's happening more and more to the point where the streets are getting ready to be shut down. Right. Your access to your everyday necessities that you had you could just go about to get your everyday necessities. That process is getting ready to change.
Right. Even with the industry, the traffic industry. You know what I'm saying? The restaurants. All this you can't come in here without that. You can't come in here without that. Nigga, all we was coming for was the food. We wasn't coming for the abuse. Nigga, you need us. So they the last straw. Once then, who next? The strippers and the truck drivers? It's crumbling, bro. The garden of the mill ceased just like the prophecy say.
That's right.
This Romans 13 and 11, and then knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
High time, man, to wake out of sleep, man. We all go to sleep and wake up. The Lord will. It's not talking about that going to bed, putting the covers on your head. It's talking about being spiritually dead, man, and not knowing the counsel of Yahweh Shai. Okay, it's time to awake to righteousness and sin not, man. Because hey, it's that time of reckoning, man, where the Lord is visiting the planet. Okay, right? It's visiting. Jump on it.
And for the longest time, we've been asleep and trapped in this whole American dream. They want to make it. They see niggas in the industry with money and cars and hoes, and that's their whole illusion of their future. But it's time to wake up out of that shit, because all that is done, man. Becoming a star and all that's done for, man.
Yeah, and you know, like when the brother put up the scripture, right now we're at the highest point of information. Everybody got Google on their fingertips right now. Everybody looking up on there. Everybody looking up, like, why this is going on? Why this is going on? Why is this going on? So people asking questions. Right. That's why you got a lot of divide out here. So, you know, when this brother came out here, I say, oh shit, man, I forgot my mask, man. You don't need to worry. They're like, what? You know, in California, you're so fucking, crazy, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. So it's gonna be a big divide, man. So feel like the brother said about you can't come with that. Well, guess what? They're gonna lose money. But we all know the deal, man. They're trying to put you on the pinch like a mouse in the corner to make you conform in their ways, man. It's bullshit, man. But you know what the Lord is doing on this right now. That's right. You know?
It said back in Romans 13 and 11, but now it's our salvation than when we believe.
So salvation, when you look it up, is what soterio, meaning what? Deliverance from your enemy. So we're about to be delivered from the clutches of slavery and captivity up under Esau. Right. But it's a process, man. Okay? In the heavens, it's already done. Right. That's why I say one day of the Lord is 1,000 years. And to us, it's moving slow, but the Lord already did done. You know, like we were speaking last night about how fast the angels be moving. When you see lightning, that's the angel. By the time you hear the thunder, he
it's too late.
been a million other places and did a million other things.
That's right.
So time is moving, and man, the Lord is about to show back up, man. You can count on these people, man.
That's right.
Yeah, the days are short for the elect. So, hey, man, it's the time, man. I can't believe we got people out here throughout America and still sleep, man. Still want to be. They say, you know what, man? You got dudes like Slim Thug trying to make people conform to the jab and shit. Come on, man.
On camera crying.
And at the same time, you got people dropping dead from that shit, man. Right. I said, so who has the answers? Well, we know who got the answers. The Lord got the answers, man. This is part of judgment. This is what prophecy needs to be fulfilled, man. That's what it's about. That's what, yeah.
This 2nd Ezra 16 and 17. Woe is me, who would deliver me in those days?
Now, see, what the brother just read right there, incarnation right there. Even Ezra knew that he looked back around this time, man. So he said, woe is me. Who's going to deliver me in these days? It's about right now, man. And our hope is for Yahweh Shai to deliver us in these days.
That's right.
Jacob's trouble, man. We want to be covered from this bullshit, man. That's why we out here. We're moving with fear. That's why we out here, man. If you're not moving with fear, you better check yourself, man.
That's the foundation of, that's the beginning of wisdom, man.
Right.
Look what people do fear, though. You see? When it comes to fearing the Lord, it's not even a thought.
Right.
But then when it comes to the powers that be, oh man, Jake be shaking in their boots, they be nervous and voice get off.
You gotta be obedient.
You know what I'm saying?
You ain't been obedient in 50 years.
This place pushes fear everywhere. You go to the airport, and it's fear. If you cross the corner, it says bird flu on the damn on the poster, and then they telling you don't accept any bag from any strangers. Just none but fear, man. Fear. You know.
That's what they push, man. It's not that time yet. So glad.
Yup. It says the beginning of sorrows.
Hey, that's where we at. Yahweh Shai spoke about this when he gave warning.
He quoted it.
He quoted it, man. Look, that shows right there that the scriptures is true, man. All right? We're in the beginning of the Psalms. You see places closing down. You see people moving, people in fear, scared.
Homelessness.
Yeah, homelessness increased because of that moratorium, that shit. So there's a lot of things going on, man. This is the last days. People don't get it, man.
Right.
But there's some people who do, but they're not moving in fear of Yahweh Shai. They're moving in fear for themselves. And guess what? You're still gonna die here in America, man.
That's right. That's right. You just go die with the juice in you. Right. You know? You still a nigga. You just a nigga with the juice.
Enhanced death.
Yeah.
Super death.
It says the beginning of sorrows and great mourning.
Great mornings, man. Right now, like the brother said, a lot of people from the hospital industry are quitting. So who's gonna take care of all those bodies that's out there in the morgue? People that's dying on their beds. Who's gonna do all that? Well, we know who's gonna do that. It's gonna be the fucking banker families, right? They're gonna bury the dead over there in the Middle East, man. Okay? But this is what's going on. It's gonna be great mourning, man. Because why? They can't wake up on their bed with a smile. I'm about to go to work, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go to the bar after that. They go to the strip club after that. Ain't no more of that talk anymore, man. It's nothing but sorrowful, man. Sorry. Like the brother read Isaiah 24, they're gonna drink wine because they're depressed.
It's a bunch of uncertainty. Like,
Exactly.
now everybody just don't know what the fuck about to happen.
That's what the scripture said. Don't look to the window. Don't look at the You can't control that.
That's right.
The Lord do, man. All right? And all you apes out there following after these celebrities, man, you're gonna die here in America too, man. Go ahead.
The beginning of famine and great death.
Now the famine is right now. These food industry purposely destroying all their foods, man. Want to create that mirage of famine, man. All right, but guess what? It's the Lord doing that, man. To put people in a pinch in order for them to take that juice, man. Right. That's what we see Esau's plan already, man. Yeah. Why? Because we have the playbook, the scriptures.
Nice sound, baby. Hidden manna.
That's right.
Because we're in the wilderness.
Yep.
And now the manna is the Holy Spirit being sent down.
Right. That's right.
And it's this word, man, that was likened unto Yahweh Shai.
That's right. That's right, brother. Go ahead.
Yep. It says the beginning of wars and the powers.
Hold up. Wars? What's going on with the wars right now? See? All this fucking juice is a distraction for what's coming out there.
Right.
World War III, man. You see the deal, man. Why they so-called pulling out of Afghanistan? Why?
Quick.
If you quit and you quit, that means you lost, bro.
They're retreating. That shit looks weak.
Yeah, so what they getting ready for the big boys, man.
Yeah.
And right now, this jab and all this red insurgencies that's dwindling down.
Smoke and mirrors.
Man.
Smoke and mirrors.
Right. Yeah, polite ass and shit. You know, putting his juices on a female panties, but it is what it is, man. That's what happens when you speak idle word against the men of the Lord. What's going to happen? Judgment.
And
man.
that's happening at an all-time high.
Yes.
People, that's why we stress. You can't just say and do what you want to do. And that's what this whole society is based upon, saying and doing anything against righteousness and not having a thought about it. Well, those people are in a time where their investment is going to lose. This investment is getting ready to win. Because we've invested our lives into this truth. The investment is getting ready to pay off, but the investment that these people have invested in, it's failing. It's done.
It's over, man. Through. Finito.
It says, the beginning of evils. And what shall I do when these evils shall come?
There you go, man. And guess what's that big evil that's coming? Jacob's trouble, man. But even though these evils been here the whole time, man. Right now, it's just in a big microscope right now. Why? Because we in the time of the end, man. Prophecy need to fulfill, period, man. So the Lord, Yahweh Shai, letting Esau do his thing right now, man. And guess what? He's going to turn his back for a moment during the Jacob's trouble, but this devil can do his thing to our people, man. And people think it's a goddamn game, man. That's the problem, man. Why? Because we too goddamn proud, man.
Just like during the days of Noah. Like during the flood, they thought the whole time Noah was building the ark, people thought it was a joke. Because he was prophesying that it was going to rain. You know, rain comes with thunder, and nobody had ever seen any rain before, man.
That's right.
So they thought it was the craziest shit until the first drop started landing, man.
That's right.
You know?
It's gonna be the same way now, man. I'm gonna say everybody, it's always been the last days. It's always been the last days. But now we're in the part of the last days where all the nations that are prophesied in the Bible to rise up against Babylon, they ready.
Right. Yeah.
You see? So the prophecy is starting to play out. That vision, I would say that silhouette that was walking up in the rain, now you can see who it is in the window.
That's right.
You see? It's here, bro.
Just to make a quick point, and then we get right back to the scripture. When you sit up on high on a tower, which is what the watchmen do, right? The prophet sit high up on the tower spiritually, so you can look and see far off, to see if the enemy is coming. Now, when you think about the Roman Empire, there was always wars. They was always taking down the barbarian hordes. So there was always these stories coming back to the internal parts of Rome that, oh man, Rome might lose this time. Rome might get taken down this time. There was rumors of wars. Now, when you lived in the epicenter, all roads lead to Rome. When if you was in Italy, in the the cheapest parts of the Roman Empire, of course someone's gonna take down Rome. Right? Now, you have that same sentiment about America, man.
We'll just bomb them.
Yeah. So as we sit and we see far off that trouble's coming, the interiors of America are just like, of course. Yeah. Right. But we sit up here telling you, no, they got a camp right out there.
Yeah.
They setting up tents to besiege this place, man.
Right now.
Right. More wine, please. And so now what we're starting to see is cracks as the supply lines start to get cut off. This is what happens when a city starts to get taken down. When the enemy is close to your shit, they start to cut off your supply lines. They start to cut off the niceties of your city, man. And then the interior of the city begins to tremor. Did you hear? Such and such form got sieged. So we're going to start seeing these corporations, all these little things start to shut down. More and more and more industry that flows into the interiors and the bedrock of this place is starting to shut down, man. Right. So now people want to come to the camp. So now people hitting you up on Facebook. So now, okay.
Spirit.
Oh, we ain't that crazy no more, man. See? This is what we're starting to see, man. That investment that Elder Yashwamba was talking about. When you read in Matthew, the 6th chapter, it talks about storing your treasures up in heaven.
Right.
Their ROI, their spiritual return on your investment, starting to play out. So,
there's Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
Right. Like, throughout all these years, everybody like, oh, those bums, those garbage, man, what the hell are they saying? But, even though the process may take time, but it's going to be here. And sure enough, it's here. It's not lying now. Now, like the brother said, he said, oh, those guys ain't crazy anymore, man. Right. Let me come to the camp, ask questions. And that's what's been happening.
family calling you.
Family calling you all of a sudden, and hey, it's a beautiful thing. That's that investment. All that work you put out there all those years, now it's coming back.
And the Lord's getting ready to hide the men of the Lord. We're not going to be ready. We're not going to be freely preaching. Lord willing, we those men wherever they are.
Right.
Okay, but He's going to eventually hide them away from the people, like Ezekiel.
That's right.
Like we were talking about last night, Ezekiel in that whole chapter, in that whole book, really he represents the prophets.
Yeah.
Because remember, he went to the valley of dry bones, and he preached, he prophesied the breath, strength of Yahweh, strength of the power.
Right.
The prophets, Ezekiel represented the prophets, and there was a point where the Lord told him, look, just go in your house, you won't be a reprover, but cleave your tongue to your mouth. Right. So it's going to happen in these times. He's going to take the prophets, it's going to be a famine in the word.
Right.
And people are going to be like, oh shit, what do we do? And Biden's going to be lying, he probably croaked. Okay, the system, the powers that be are trying to snare you into the devil's trap, and you're not going to have any answers. Your preachers are going to sell out, your leaders are going to sell out, you're not going to have any water. You're going to be like, shit, damn, you're going to be full of the juice. You're going to have about 12 of them motherfuckers by then. I got to boost myself. Could you imagine you done did this shit, and then for them only to tell you, man, it ain't working no more, so we got to boost it, bro.
That's crazy. I never heard of that shit.
That's crazy, man. Anybody, okay, who now if you still going with this shit, you bugged out.
I got
crazy.
It's Bayan Yashala on the comment board. Shalom. We put Ezekiel 12 and 27 and 28. It says, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that he seeth is for many days to come.
Yeah. That's the mindset of our people. That's going to happen like not in my lifetime.
Y'all been saying that.
I mean, my great grandson. Oh, damn, you don't even care about your own seed line, huh?
For real.
They don't care about legacy.
And he prophesied of the times that are far off. Therefore say unto them, thus saith the Lord God, there shall none of my words be prolonged any more, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith the Lord God Yahweh.
Yeah, because the scripture said that he's not going to hold his peace no more. Right now, he's going to put the prophets, like brother said, it's like that spiritual ark. You got time to come in, right?
That's right.
But what's going to happen? The door's going to shut. Yeah. And what's going to happen after that? You're going to hear nothing but screaming. Yeah. And despair, man, for these people, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going to happen. We've been saying this for years. It's like the times of Noah again, man. Everybody's bullshit and everything, but guess what? It's not true joy. Yeah. You know, they still worried about what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, you get a good example of that when you look over what happened in Afghanistan when the people realized, oh shit. You know, when the U.S. troops bounced, and the Afghan military couldn't do nothing, all they had was some dang, what was it, slingshots. Taliban pulled up in brand new U.S. Humvees. All right, what happened? What did the people do?
It's getting real.
They were panicking. That's what do you think is gonna happen in America, man? What do you think is gonna happen?
Hanging out the side of a plane.
And they used to bombs going off. So think about how scared people are gonna be here.
Right, because the prophets, our purpose is to speak the end into existence.
Yeah.
That's what we were born for. We were born to come here, receive the Holy Spirit, and speak it. Well, that's the job of the prophet. We're speaking the end into existence. And since this word has got on YouTube, America has went to shit. Because America was fun, 2005. That was the last of it. Then Soldier Boy came. Then the prophets came on, I think he came after, but the prophets got on the internet, the apostles, man, and the word spread. America got worse. Shit and prophecy started to be fulfilled. Why? Because that word has to be fulfilled, as he said. Jake is saying, oh man, y'all been saying that word is going to be fulfilled. Finish that. It was spoken, so guess what? It got it. Hey, his word don't return unto him void. Oh, you finished it? You already? Oh, okay. Y'all got it.
It's Isaiah 24:10. City of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in.
Yeah, so that city confusion is talking about America, Babylon the Great, being in confusion, right? And you can be whatever you want over here. But guess what? The main point is, what the brother was speaking earlier, like the whole infrastructure is starting to break down. Pump rates are starting to close. And guess what? There will be a lot of homelessness, no jobs. The liquor stores are going to be closed. Supermarkets are going to be centralized and closed. So what's going to happen, man? Everything's going to be broken down. Everything's done, man. Okay?
And the American dream is dead, man. Things are never going to be the same again, though. These Babylonians are trying to hold on to those old ways.
Yeah.
You know, not realizing, man, this place has been through.
Right.
You know?
Verse 11, there is a crying for wine in the streets. All the joy is darkened, that birth of the land is gone.
So that's they had when they wake up in the morning. I'm talking about the typical so-called white man Edomite. When they wake up in the morning with a smile on their face, there ain't no smile on their face, man. They worried about their future.
They
right
hurt
now, man.
because
They
the
hurt,
elites
man.
fucking them over.
They said, man, look out for us. Don't you know in the scriptures, y'all be killing one another and nothing new under the sun. This place is done, man. And right now, you see the NFL, you see a lot of guys quitting, man. You see the NBA, a lot of guys don't want to take the juice. So guess what? Hey, when the Lord said prophecy needs to be fulfilled, it needs to be fulfilled. And birth of this place is gone, man.
And that's a clear sign America's going down too when the bread and circus starts to decline, you know? Yeah, that's how they keep these Babylonians, you know, petrified in all this bullshit, man. You know, with strong drinking and bullshit on the TV, man.
You know it's always the end of an empire when the gladiators start to rebel. You know, that's the story of Spartacus.
Yep,
That's the story of a lot of major downfalls of empires, man.
Right.
When you have the people in the Colosseum rebelling against the empire.
Yep.
And so we're starting to see that. Now, when you want to talk about the average Joe Edomite, that's the middle class small business owner.
Yep.
It's getting completely screwed.
Yep.
He's pissed. He's screwed.
Man, you know?
And Esau's the maddest. The Edomites are the ones really rebelling against the Jews. Jake is silent.
Yeah.
Esau is like, man, they're fucking, this is our legacy. What are y'all doing? They're mad at Biden. So it's getting ready to be a civil war. Seriously, bro. People are getting ready to lose their fucking mind.
Yeah.
Fruit's high as hell, too.
Yep.
Bro, these Edomites are going in front of these little councils and little meetings, screaming at the top of their lungs about, look, man, y'all, this is, in their mind, Babylon was their legacy. Like, this is our inheritance. We good. You know? Go on vacation here and there, drink beer, get fat, bust a few nuts, and that's the American dream.
Yep.
Pass down your little $20,000, and now Esau don't even have that.
Right.
Esau broke his. We got better jobs than Esau.
Yep.
So they're hurt.
Man. You sounded terrible on the phone. You sound like Ronnie Dangerfield.
Asking for food stamps. We're like, the Edomite is done.
Yeah.
We ain't worried about them anyway. Really, we want those who control the banks and all of that.
That's what we want.
It says there's a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened and mirth of the land is gone. Verse 12. In the city it is left desolation, and the gates is smitten with destruction.
And that's what's going to roll here. You know what? That's going to roll nuclear destruction, man. But guess what? The spirit of the city is destroyed, man. Everybody is in complete divide, man. For a very long time. We've been watching it, man. That's why the brother said the high tower, we can see everything what's going on above. That's showing that we know mere mortal was here, man. All right, we have the spirit of truth. That's what makes us gods, man. We can see everything. What the average motherfucker can't see. All right?
I gotta put my precept. This is Sirach chapter 14, verse 3. Riches are not comely for a niggard, and what should an envious man do with money?
Right, because this man got the whole world in his hand, but he still has his attitude set on self-destruct.
Right.
He cannot chill. He's not fit to rule. That's why we always say the earth needs new management. Right. He got gold and shit. Here it is, the earth is stinking like shit. People are dying. You got gold, trillions of dollars worth of gold just sitting somewhere. Just sitting there.
Just to look at it.
Just to look at it. They don't even look at some of the shit. Just collecting dust while the world is just suffering, and then a disaster happens and the slaves got to donate. Donate? Here's a motherfucker with trillions of dollars sitting somewhere, but you got to donate.
Yeah, we need your $1.
Yeah, if everybody just give us $1, they'll be fine.
Yeah.
The nigger. That's a nigger.
Yeah, exactly. Real nigga.
He that gathereth by defrauding his own soul, gathereth for others, that shall spend his goods riotously. And that's what we see these other nations doing, man.
Yep.
You know, now we see the competition happening between the West and East. Now, it's all a show, but it's still going down.
Right.
Okay? And that's why you have this battle in Afghanistan happening for lithium and natural resources. Right? Because there's a change happening between how things are going to be moved around in the planet Earth, man. And all these nations are vying for it, man. Because Esau done handed out missiles, weapons. It done created a fiat currency and just passing out dollars. You know, they showed the clip of the Taliban having their bank cut off, right?
Yep.
But they just rolling in the Afghan banks and taking the cash. But vaults and vaults and vaults of US dollars, right? They ain't tripping on none of that, man. So now, you know, these other nations are going to spend his goods riotously, but it's going to culminate in what? The war Armageddon.
That's right. That's right.
A brawl for it all. A royal rumble. Okay. Yeah. You know. But Yahweh Shah's gonna come drop into the ring.
Breaking it up.
You know. Be like raising Ramon, man. You know.
I said he's gonna break it all up. Yep. He's gonna smite. He's gonna smite them hard ass toes.
Yeah.
Because if you look at what Esau doing, every other week it's a kink thrown in the plan, and you can tell it ain't gonna work. Right. Like this jab, eventually he gonna have to say, all right, because everybody gonna start fucking. He goes come, and eventually he's gonna usher in that chip. But you could tell it's not gonna work. It's gonna be sloppy.
Yeah.
The only thing he's gonna do is just kill a bunch of people. That's as much as he's just gonna come with the sword. But it's stupid.
That's what's going to roll.
It's dumb, bro.
That's what's going to happen because he said he shall come as a madman sparing death. So he's going to go to that phase.
He's going to have to. Because imagine how crazy of a plan it is to jab everybody.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be a complete lunatic to think that that's going to be accomplished.
That's a great policy.
And then mark him. That's not. He's not going to be able to do it now. He's going to get close. But what the scripture said when he's about to fill his belly, which is what you see now, the Lord is breaking up them hard ass toes, the 10 toes, you know?
Right. This is back in Sirach 14:5. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods.
So I said he's not gonna win, man. There ain't no way. It's not set up. It's not set up for him to win. At the end of the day, I said the Lord's word is not gonna come back to him void. So when they talk about all the prophecies concerning Edom, they gonna happen, man. I say, you know, when they can be done away with if the Lord ain't finished with them yet. You see, the Lord even reserved Cain.
That's right.
The Lord even reserved Cain. Cain still gotta get his.
That's right.
So how much more for Esau? You see, being that that's the same spirit, if you can receive it through the spirit.
That's right.
Right. You got it. Right. So with the predatory capitalistic system that they put and implemented on top of a fractional reserve system that actually passes out the money. So you got predatory capitalism where it's like it's all about profit and all this shit business, bro. Sorry, bro. If anybody's dealt with an Edomite, this is how they do you, man. They'll sit down, give you the best steak dinner of all time. It's just business, bro. Don't worry about it. That's why, white collar crime is like the #1 crime in the world, man. Of just stealing and thieving and lying and backdoor things and doing this and setups and right, all for profit, man. They're evil unto themselves, man. It's
been happening for 1,000 years, man.
Wild Wild West. They glorified in the Wild Wild West. That's all. When you watch some old Western movies, it's just a bunch of Edomites being niggas, man.
Killing each other over portraits. Shooting each other in the club.
Yeah, watch the old Westerns,
Went
man.
to war with each other.
Nigga coming to the saloon, just a bitch ass nigga, man. And that's how they were. Even the sheriff was a hoe. That is the system that built what you see. This is the Wild Wild West with an iPhone.
That's right.
Okay? They evil unto themselves. You got a chance.
This is James 5:4. Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. Saying he's going around cheating people for their labor and their money.
What was the biggest crime though? The bankers convincing the other nations Here, let me keep your gold and go make this little paper that you call money. That's the biggest freaking crime ever, man.
It's based on a lie.
Yeah, that's right, brother.
A little bit more. It says, you have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton.
And who's living in pleasure in the earth? Who the earth was given to? And the wicked.
Esau
The
here.
so-called white man been living deliciously here in Babylon the Great and through all parts of the world, man. How do we know? His wine is all over the place, man. His ways, his philosophy. He been living good, man.
Yeah.
Now is that time that now he gotta get off that bed now, man. It's time for us to go on that bed, man. Now with the sheets changed and shit.
Burn the whole damn bed down.
So now they just print dollars, $10 here, $10 there. Most High, man, he has a process to everything.
Right.
Even the transfer of wealth. If it's meant for you to take, god dang me, 3 months to take the gold from here to there to finalize the transaction, damn it, that's how the Most High wanted it to go.
That's
For a
right.
reason. That time was written for a reason, man.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? But now when you think about just the idea of just being able to transfer wealth instantly, how much fraud and you know, there's a scripture in Sirach that talks about dealing with business and how sin can be mixed during. I can't remember. It's in Sirach. I have to look it up.
Buy and sell or something like that.
Yeah. There's something that, you know,
Buying and selling.
there's sin that can happen between buying and selling.
I got one for you though.
Yeah, what you got, Sam?
It says, Sirach 10 and 8, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
That's what we're seeing, man. And right now, the Most High is gonna do ping pong, man. All these nations thinking they gonna get something. They all thinking they gonna get in. China. They gonna all die and lose.
Right.
That's right.
Terrible.
Okay.
And they all gonna try to fight against Yahushua when he returns.
That's
They gonna
right.
Stop fighting each other and get obliterated by the chariots.
Right. Yeah, that's that scripture. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing?
Yeah.
Flawless
Sirach
victory.
27. Yeah.
Sirach 27.
No, go ahead, bro.
Sirach 27 and 2. As the nail sticketh fast between the joinings of the stones, so does sin stick close between buying and selling.
Right, because that's gonna pull the most out of your flesh, man.
Yeah.
That's gonna pull the most out of if you want to reveal the character of somebody, give them some money. Give them some money. The money is a magnifier. Money magnifies you. If you wholly wicked, money gonna magnify. If you intend to do good, money gonna magnify. It's a tool. It's a big ass tool, and it's gonna magnify the intent that you got up in your heart. That's why the Most High always warns of that. Okay, that's why He only gives it to a certain, you know, these people manage money.
Say, give me poverty, no riches.
That's right, man. Because I ain't got time to focus on that, man.
Right.
Most High had people set up for all that. Okay? So as a nail stick, as a nail stick between two stones, so the sin stick between buying and selling. Now look at the world with Esau controlling buying and selling. Everything's a fucking scam. Somebody goes, you want to watch. You know, everything, the food you eat, is it really organic? There ain't nothing fair within the system
The
of buying
goddamn
and selling.
potato chip bag this big,
Yeah.
but the chips only still.
Yeah.
That's a form of inflation.
They got a trunk full of T-bones.
Yeah. The human meat in your beef, nigga that got chopped up, working 24 hours a day. Jose in the beef. Fucked up.
That's crazy.
You know?
You got something.
It's Sirach 10, I'm starting 30. The poor man is honored for his skill, and the rich man is honored for his riches. He that is honored in poverty, how much more in riches? And he that is dishonorable in riches, how much more in poverty?
Boy, read that again, brother. Came with a banger.
That's Sirach 10 and 31. He that is honored in poverty, how much more in riches? And he that is dishonorable in riches, how much more in poverty?
Yeah, man. So if you're a charitable person and you got a loving heart towards people and you just looking for everything around you to grow, even when you broke, how much more so is that going to flourish whenever you actually have the resources to compound on what you believe? That's why the Most High is going to give the riches unto the meek of the earth. Because they're going to do what's right about it. Right? But those that are wicked and proud and only for their own personal gain and not looking for any type of legacy. Me, my, this, you know.
Right.
How much more wicked you gonna see it? Look at the state of the earth. It speaks for itself.
Because you can have riches, but if you don't have wisdom, you'll use those riches to destroy yourself. And that's the mass majority of the people. The people with money, they use it for, you know. Now I got this real quick. Sirach 12:24. Riches are good unto him that hath no sin. So for a person that's got the right mindset and whose purpose is to do the will of Yahweh Shemel Shah, riches is cool for him.
Yeah.
You know, it's safe in his hands.
Yeah.
Because he's going to do what's right for the earth.
Yeah.
That's why the scriptures say the Lord is eventually going to set up a ruler that's profitable,
Right.
which is Yahweh Shai and then the throne of David.
Yeah. Yep. That's why we ain't gonna get all that until we're made, until we're changed and put into a better form. Because think about it, we got the whole world into our hands right now. We fumbled. We already did it.
With this flesh.
We already did it. Been there, done that. Yeah. Right?
Right.
So when the Lord comes back, we change and we put it to that higher state. With, a brother through the Spirit in the chat, he's like, hey, you know, what would you brothers do? What is one of the things that you really want to see when your house shall return?
What do you want to do? Yeah. What do you want to do?
Like, what's one of the things that you would like to see? A lot of brothers just talked about just seeing the earth effectively be managed.
Right.
Essentially, you know, you talked about the trees, the oils, the graces, the music, the sounds of the earth, being the order, the arrangement of where people got to be and how it should be, and having everything put back into its proper place to forward infinity.
That's right.
Nothing like a loop video.
Yeah.
It didn't sound nothing like a loop.
But we're going to have the substance, the money. You know? The true money is what? The earth. They even tell you that in the Federal Reserve. They don't let you take your phone, but they give you the breakdown of the history of money. And in the beginning, what was money? Beaver skin, you know, beaver fur,
Salt.
coal, salt, stuff that was already here. Resources, that's money. And Yahweh Shai is inheriting the earth, brother. And we're joint heirs with him. So we're going to have the money. The king is served by the field.
That's right.
When I say the man got his own money, it's not going to be the money of this world. It's going to be the earth. Now, what you do with the earth is important as a ruler. So we're going to, all of these institutions of filth and the industrial, all of this shit's going to be destroyed. The Lord, it's going to be broken and he's going to have to rebuild it.
That's right.
America's going to be destroyed, but the whole earth is going to have to be,
Rebuilt.
Renewed, refreshed.
That's right, brother.
That's it.
Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Are the rights and authority right now? Hell no, man. You see how the earth is ran? It's ran by these heathens, man. Mismanagement, man. There's going to be a new management coming soon, man. It's right, and guess what? It's right around the corner, man. I don't know what's wrong with you dudes out there, man. Go ahead.
It said, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
Yeah, and right now, the state of Babylon the Great and parts of the world, the people is in mourning. They're not happy, man. Yeah, some a Middle Eastern woman was exposing America, man, what the soldiers been doing, man. They not happy, man.
Heard.
You had videos from 5-6 years ago of a Syrian woman asking for the Israelites to come back to power, man. So right now, the whole earth is being mismanaged right now, man. Well, that's the wicked. They're gonna do it. They're not gonna run it righteously, man. Well, guess what, man? That righteousness is gonna come in the whole earth. That's why I said you heaven and the earth, man. We want everything back the way it's supposed to be in order, man. And a lot of brothers want that, man. Got any questions? Go ahead, bro. I'm used to like church, man. We in church, so you got brothers that's here. You know, you got questions, you ask. All right.
This is Romans 12:2. It says, if be not conformed to this world.
And be not conformed. See the problem? See everybody taking the juice. Just about 6 months ago, they were talking, I ain't taking that shit. What happened? They ain't a fucking line by Walgreens taking the juice, man.
Because this life was threatened. What they have here was threatened. It was just threatened. That's all. And they lost. They said, oh shit, hell no. Because they are conformed to this world.
Right.
When they think of heaven or life, They're thinking here. We thinking all the way. We thinking the kingdom or children being saved. Our mind is in a whole other place. That's where our stake is. Theirs is here. So immediately they fell for it because they're conformed to this world.
That's
right.
right.
The point you brought up about their life being threatened. There was a video that came out with a U.S. soldier that was against the Vaxburg, the Vicky.
Oh, yeah,
you know,
Jake.
Yeah, Jake, he talking about, his livelihood, his kids is threatened. He's like, oh, I have no choice. He said, I guess I'm just going to be a zombie like the rest of the people that took it. You know, no faith.
No faith, bro.
He folded.
But he qualified that as what's best for his family.
Right.
Being a zombie is what's best for you and your family. That's crazy, man. But that's how I want to say Esau did like this. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
It shows you his power. He's divided the whole world. The whole world's divided over some, like people, it's like a religion. And they're looking at you, they mad, they asking you why you ain't did it. Like they are really like a cult now. Like, oh shit.
This world is in mourning right
Like
now.
that one meme said, the people that got theirs already, they think they died for your sins.
Seriously,
That's how they act, man.
they're offended if you ain't on it.
Bow to the king. What's wrong
And what's it, especially with them hearing all this news about what's happening to people. You know what I'm saying? They just waiting on they just a ticking time bomb.
Hey, we said, I remember when this thing first started to circulate early last year, and we said, hey man, we'll know when it's serious when everybody knows someone that passed.
Yep.
Not nobody not your cousin, friend. No, you know that person that died. When everybody knows someone, that's when it's going to get real. We're getting up, we're climbing into that. See, now you know someone that knows someone. Right? I heard this person's auntie passed. I heard this. But it's going to get personal for everyone. It ain't gonna be just, oh damn, for real, man, praying for you, man. It's gonna be like, damn, my cousin. Yep. I like he dead. We getting into those times.
Yeah, that's right.
Mass death. Judgment.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right, brother.
Be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your
How you
mind.
transform the renewing your mind? This word is true. Like you ever heard of what the scripture saying in Ephesians about the old man and the new man? You're a new man. You're a new creature right now. All that shit from the world, that shit is dead now, man. You transform into what? To a new being, man. You considered a real God, man. And just like on Psalm 82, you should be as gods, man. Because back in the world, you knew the spectrum of wickedness, right? So when you got to this word, this knowledge, now you know the spectrum of righteousness. Now you know both sides. You know, but we need that complete body, you know, when that time comes.
Ephesians 4:22, that you put off concerning the former conversation, the old man.
Put that, what scripture said, mortify all your members, man. Okay? Put off that worldly shit. You see, guys, this is the number one mistake of an Israelite man that's in the truth. They try to bring the world into this word. You can't do that. Because you know what's going to happen? You're going to end up losing, man.
That's right.
And we've seen that throughout the years. Many men that came here, they fell off. Why? Because they thrown that nigga shit into the word, man.
That's
you can't
right.
do that.
First John, 2:15 said, what? Love the world, you don't love God.
Exactly. You gotta cut it off, man. You can take the wisdom from it. You can learn things, you know, like general things and stuff. You have younger brothers who haven't been through it. They say, look, I've been through this shit, man, don't do that. You can take some wisdom from it, but don't take it into this word like, oh, look, I'm gonna rap
The
full
beginning
time.
and ending of all of your conversation.
I'm gonna have the album of the year.
We don't have the attitude of people in this world, man. Because it's selfish as hell. Everything about a nigga is about himself, being selfish, glorifying himself. He got this, he got that. When you talk to Jake, they want to talk about everything they done did, everything they got, how hard it, you know, and it's just a selfish ass.
Like polite.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Just like that. Yep, exactly.
And your attitude is a reflection of your belief. See, your attitude is the branch. The root system is your belief. Your belief should determine how you think and look and move, which determines your attitude about something, man. When a person shows their attitude about something, it shows you what they really believe in. Right? And that's why we got to become a new man. Right? Based on what? Your new belief. Right?
Precept. This is Matthew chapter 12, verse 30, and this is talking about the 2/3. Matthew chapter 12, verse 30, and it reads, "He that is not with me is against me."
There you go. So if you bring this nonsense into this word, that's only against Yahweh Shai, you're gonna end up losing, man. And we've seen it throughout the year. We've seen many men that came a different way, and what happened? They lost, man. And guess what? They're being made fun of. They're being mocked. Why? Because they didn't finish the race, man.
That's right.
Okay. Ever since the elder apostle Tahar coined this year, the hastening of the coming of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, all these other groups have gone out their way to distance themselves from the Lord.
Right.
You see, I'm talking about from January 1st up until now.
Yeah.
Look at all the groups that have blatantly, openly.
They just tripping.
You know what I'm saying?
And then it's like they don't have a spirit to be like, oh shit, let me stop.
No, they can't help themselves.
They ain't going all the way.
Yeah, they took their shirt off, spilling drinks all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody tell them nothing.
Right, now this dude, Tazaria, earlier, Sarnetta had him live. And he said, one of the things Tazaria said is that we hate drug dealers. We out here because we're speaking against drug dealers, this, that. He kept talking about drug dealers and how they hate it. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. When you read Revelation, the 18th chapter, one of the major sins of Babylon is this fornication. Yep. So how are you then going to tell Jake it's cool to jab up and to do that and take your big ass on Sunday at TV to announce it? It's like that's you reprobate, bro. Yeah, right. That's a reprobate decision. You got in the truck, because you know that big ass nigga got a Jeep or a truck. You got in the truck like, we're gonna go do the interview to announce to the world, right. You know? Like you say, from January to now, that type of behavior and mindset, and it's like, damn, are they serious? Is this really an Israelite? Yeah. And they're doing this shit, like, openly. But that's a sign of the end. Right. Because you can't be that stupid. Like we say, you gotta have AIDS, nigga. Be that goddamn stupid. Like, something's not right, bro. Like, what's going on? Yeah. Either you were paid off or you got AIDS.
I was going to finish.
It's the Lord.
The Lord's trying to create that distinction between who's the Godheads of Israel and who's the regular, man. Right. That's what's happening, man.
That happened in the wilderness.
Yes.
Jake was fucking being ultimately wicked, talking shit, eating quail, complaining about the manna, complaining about how they used to eat cucumbers and leeks.
Right.
But there was a chariot above them. That was a plane by night, you know, and a cloud by day. It was right above them, and they were talking shit. Yeah. So it's like they had no fear, and it's the same thing today, man. Yeah. You got the Lord's presence on the earth, and Jake doesn't give a shit about none of that, man. They're still doing what they want to do.
Right.
They must know it after death by pain.
The number one drug dealer is Esau.
Yes.
Right. So if you hate drug dealers,
right,
and what they sell to your people, then well, damn.
Speak against them.
At least say this. Try to get an exemption. That nigga didn't even say that.
I know.
He said, I took it, you do it.
Right, like we said last night.
I took it so y'all can
You go to your spiritual counselor. You in a dire time in your life. And you go to your spiritual counselor and say, man, what should I do, man? I'm gonna lose my job. What should I do? You know? And he says, well, we survived crack. We survived crack. Shit, we survived this.
Just do the crack.
Yeah, that's your leader, though.
Like, just do the crack, you'll be all right.
You'll
That's
be
the
all right.
logic.
We did crack already. We survived crack, so we have to survive this. That's General Yohana's logic.
Right.
And he don't give a fuck. And no one saying nothing really.
Well, ain't nobody seen him since.
Right.
Tazaria got that stubble in it for him. Yeah.
And it ain't working no more. It's losing its savor. Yeah. They're getting further and further on the left-hand side. You feel it. This is darkness. So we're speaking life over here, man.
Right.
This is
the world, this world, glorifying yourself, all of that. That's the stupidest spirit to be in right now.
Right.
It's time to glorify Yahweh Shemel Shai, man.
That's right.
This is First Timothy.
I was going to finish the precept up. It's all good. He that is not with me is against me, and he that gathereth not with me scattereth abroad.
Yeah, they're not gathering the sincere brothers and sisters that really want to learn. Everything is scattered with what? Confusion.
Yeah, triple.
Wait. One group saying, but you're saying They don't understand, but you know what? That's the Lord, man.
No miracles.
Now you got a guy with no miracles, man. They ain't used to.
They here.
Whatever, man.
We need a miracle. And you saying there ain't no miracle.
But you one body in your house.
That's just confusion, but you know what? They playing their part. They necessary. Because somebody got to play that part. I never knew you. You gone from me, you work as ridiculous. Right?
That's right.
Somebody has to play that part. So they there for a reason. Because that shows right there the Lord is not saving all of Israel. Necessary. Exactly, brother. Like people get hurt by that shit.
Somebody, what, Romans 11?
I got some.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you got it. Go ahead.
1 Timothy 4:1. Now the Spirit speaking expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith.
Some already departed from the faith. Some already talked to Mr. Smith and got the bag already, man. And we can clearly see that shit.
Yeah.
You can see you can have the most logical person and say, what the hell is he talking about? You just laying down? You already know why. Go ahead.
Giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of the devil.
That's a seducing spirit what Cesarek is doing, man. And many others like him. They try to get people into the system. All right? And the ones that speaking against the system are right here, the men right here, right? And throughout the world of Great Millstone. With the spirit of Yahweh Shemashah. We're speaking why? Because we with Yahweh Shemashah. We're not against him. Those guys clearly is against him, man.
Anti-Messiah.
That's right.
Speaking lies and hypocrisy.
Lies and hypocrisy, man. Here you go, you for the people, but you totally going against them. Yeah. You flip-flopping like freaking Bill Clinton, man.
Oh, and look how many members all these groups got, man. You got enough members to fill up the streets of the city that they in, bro. And ain't none of them teaching. All of them gonna line up. So they gave over their information. They changing their name legally. You know what I'm saying? You got fringes on everything. I mean, you literally are a target. They finna turn you niggas over, man.
But you know what? That's what happens when you're not deep rooted in His word.
Right.
That's Matthew 7 and 13 all the way. That's the broad way. Yeah. That's gonna lead what? Into death, man. So let them stick their arm out. We don't care, but we're giving you it's our job to give them the warning, man.
Right.
That's right.
And after that, we clean our hands, man. That's it.
Right.
You can't say we didn't tell you.
And when you deal with the Pharisees and the scribes 2,000 years ago, they were scared of Yahweh's message because they said that if everybody believed, then Esau or the Romans were going to come and take their place. In other words, they were managers for the Romans, and basically they had turned in their people. They had sold them out.
There you go.
Because they were basically like evil-ass shepherds, keeping them in check for this third party, man.
There you go. That's right, brother.
That's these guys all over it.
Well, that's
what they're
fatter.
doing.
Instead, having their conscience seared with a hot iron.
How their conscience seared with hot iron. Hey, this is the way. Take the juice. Y'all gonna be okay. Don't worry. We had juices before. What's the difference? There's a difference, dude.
Right.
All right? Those past juices had 10 or 12 years to make. How you gonna make a juice within 6 months? Use your head, man.
And they got it like a doctor. They bring up chicken pox.
Yeah.
It's like they got a whole little like a.
And the thing is, you know how when you see those commercials, they going into a drug and they give you all the side effects to be this, and this. It's playing out live now. They not doing it in the lab. They doing it in these. They doing it.
You showing
That's
how
what I'm saying.
You're the side effect.
So 3 years from now, you're supposed to be hearing 3 years from now. Well, this is gonna have these side effects. You seeing that shit play on TikTok? You seeing that shit play on YouTube? They doing the trials live.
That's right.
They ain't in no lab cooking. It ain't rats no more. It ain't rats and bats and kittens. No. It's people.
You.
Genetically modified Negro. I got this Romans 11 and 28. It says, as concerning the gospel, they are enemies for your sakes, but as touching the election, they are beloved for the Father's sake. So the Lord is controlling both sides. You see, as hard as we working to earn our spot as the elect, the 2/3, they got to earn their spot too, because they gonna get in the kingdom of heaven too. So they got to do the work. That's what it is. You see, they working just as hard to get into the kingdom as we are. It's just odd as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord set it up that way, and you have to be able to wrap your mind around this thing to be able to understand it.
That's right.
You see, it's hella stumbling blocks through these scriptures, man. You know.
You got it. Quick precept.
Yeah, this is Isaiah 9 and 16.
Yeah, that's good.
Isaiah 9 and 16. For the leaders of this people caused them to err.
Yeah. And they are so-called leaders, right? Everybody's following these motherfuckers out there. And guess what? They making our people err, man. Following the error ways. But that's the problem right there. They not well versed in the scriptures, our people, man. Niggas, you know why? They being deceived. That's why the scripture said they deceive the hearts of the simple, man. That's what it means. But guess what? This has to happen. All right? This is a simple process, man. It even happens to even the best that know all the scriptures. That's like a leader, and guess what? He fails, man.
That's right.
It says, and they that are
We've seen it. Go ahead, brother.
it says, and they that are led of them are destroyed.
And they are led them are destroyed. They're here to destroy our people, man. That's Jeremiah 5 and 26, man. Those traps. They lay snares and wait to catch them. Catch who? Our people, man.
That's right.
And it's working
And they
too.
get fat.
They shine.
And they shine. Ain't they living good?
Yeah, they shine.
Real
Eating all the
good.
chicken. Drinking all the Manischewitz. I got some more, man. You know it, man. But you know what? They can call us bums. You call it whatever you want, but at the end of the day, we're going to see it.
Right.
All right?
Like Apostle Paul said, that we're going to be bums with the truth.
That's right. That's it. That's right. I got something.
This is Ezekiel 13 and 4. O Israel, thy prophets are like the foxes in the desert.
And what's a fox? A fox is a crafty animal, man. Use tricks. Real sneaky, man. Like a weasel. Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Ye have not gone up into the gaps, neither made up the hedge for the house of Israel.
Where you at, commanding general, man? Where you at, man? You don't even go out there to the gaps anymore, man.
You surrender.
You use your underlings to do your work.
You
man.
gotta get paid to show up. They do your guest appearance. They can put out flyers. I'm General Honors coming into
I
town.
know.
Big ass.
And many of you other leaders, y'all don't really go out there and teach this word, man. Y'all just collecting them donations, man.
Nate.
Oh, that's about to-
All right. It says, ye have not gone up into the gaps, neither made up the hedge.
Before you read anything, brother, where's your proof? You can't be. Well, the proof is what your work. That's the proof, okay? So
right.
you can stop the excuses. Whoever the sculptors, they're all live, man. Look, we have mass sculptors on
Basically, these guys haven't done anything to build a protect.
Oh shit, I don't even.
Yeah, I'm gonna read it again. It says, ye have not gone up into the gaps, neither made up the hedge for the house of Israel.
What's that hedge, man? The truth. Knowing who you are as a people, knowing who the enemy is, knowing that you can't co-sign with the enemy, knowing who your true power is and his son, Yahweh Shem Shai. That's that hedge, that's the starter's kit.
Yeah.
Then it gets deeper than that, man.
Yeah.
Knowing how you move it within this society, man.
The hedge is this word, man.
That's right.
And it tells you in Revelation 12 that the only thing that's going to defeat the devil and Satan was through the blood of the Lamb and through the testimony.
That's right.
That's it.
Which is
right,
this
brother.
word. So this is the only thing that can shield us from all this horrible shit that's about to go down, man.
And they're not giving you that hedge.
Right, exactly.
They just giving you what? Prosperity. What to do? A garment factory. Bullshit, man.
Bunch of bullshit.
Yo, come to my studio. You know, we have a debate, we'll get paid. Hey, come to the studio, yo, you got a few bars, you can put it out on the Israelite album.
That's whack, man.
Go ahead.
It's played out. It says, ye have not gone up into the gaps, neither made up the hedge for the house of Israel.
They ain't going out to the highways no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't say they feel like they done enough. Here it is. The scriptures tell us we can never do enough.
That's right.
With Jake settled. You
That's
know what
right,
I'm saying?
Elder.
Jake settled on their lease, man. You see? I don't say they'll literally tell you, oh, no, I already did all that. What you mean you already did all that? You know what I'm saying? To the point to where you don't got to do nothing else.
Prophet can't retire, man.
You know what I'm saying?
No retirement plan.
You got it. It says,
I mean, how you gonna retire for something you ain't really did like that?
right.
Retire from what? A lot of you niggas is weak.
I believe in Romans 12 in the beginning, it says this is our reasonable service.
Right.
So this is expected of us, man.
Right.
This is the whole reason why we were woken up.
That's
I mean,
right.
Elder Barak calls us the spiritual sleeper cells of the Most High. Strategically placed around Babylon to wake up at the appointed time and preach this gospel. If you're not preaching the gospel, what's the point of even knowing the truth?
So where it go, you gonna go to get condemned.
You get there,
You gonna catch hell. So you might as well get at least get a W out of it. Like, either way, whether you in this truth or not, you still here.
I got a quick one for you, real quick. Second Ezra chapter 7. Second Ezra chapter 7 and 18. Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things and hope for why? For they that have done wickedly have suffered the straight things, and yet shall not see the why.
See, they gonna suffer. They gonna suffer the payments. You gonna go get to work, be in traffic, sign the paperwork. You know, hope you get a goddamn tax return. Sneak out to be with your homeboys, tell her that you was chilling. All that BS, you still gonna do it. But at least those who are righteous, who are fighting for Yahweh Shah, we hope for wide sovereignty.
That's right.
All right, a righteous place to actually exist. Right?
Punishment on our enemies.
Like the brother said, man, you can't retire from being a minister. But damn, what else you gonna do? I want to say retire to do what?
Get your big ass in the swimming pool.
Right.
Just a big ass nigga in the swimming pool. With a ponytail.
Man.
Yeah. Money you gotta come back. Thinking you done enough for the Lord.
It's played out. It's already been done.
Right.
Solomon told you I had the pools, I had this, I had that. It was at the end of the day, it was all vanity. Why? Because the kingdom wasn't there. That will matter in the kingdom. And that's what it said. They're not grieved or afflicted with it. They drink the choicest wine. They're not grieved with the affliction of Joseph, man.
Yeah. And I love choice wine. I love the food. Great. Well, but you gonna give up the kingdom? Like,
Right. Stop teaching because this shit good.
Absolutely not.
Fuck out. And that's what we see what Tazariak and these guys are doing. That's the mentality. The mentality is, I'm not giving all this up.
That was those chief priests and wicked scribes at the time Yahushua came on the scene. They were like, nah, this ain't him, because what he stood for was the low, taking the low. And they were like, why should I give up? I got people bowing to me. Like them chief priests walk into the neighborhood, people were back like, oh shit, Rabbi, oh my God, it's him. You know, they were public figures. So Yahushua comes on the scene, lowly, you know, on a donkey. He's talking, I'm doing my Father's will. And he had the spirit, he had spiritual power on earth. And he ain't even glorifying that. He made himself a servant. Those high and mighty niggas was like, why would I do that? Like Alazar, what did he say? I'm not having no boring Passover. Why would I do that? That's what he said. That's his mindset. He ain't gonna watch nobody. That's a leader though. That's dangerous. Very.
Because the higher position you are, the more certain you have to be to your brother. Plain and simple. Yahweh shouted like that with his brothers.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah. That's a man of low reputation, man. That's like that one meme you see between a boss and a leader. A boss is just gonna tell you what to do, point, but a leader has done everything he's telling you to do.
He's doing it with you.
He ain't telling you to do nothing that he hadn't done, and even willing to show you. You know what I'm saying? When you fall and slip, he's still even willing to show you. Hey, no, you do it like this. You know what I'm saying? Rather than just barking orders and sorry as hell.
That's the difference between King David and the rest of the kings.
You see? You know what I'm saying? Even with that devil, what was his Caesar? Julius Caesar, that wasn't he fought with his men. He was in the mob with him. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. All that just standing up and not willing to do what you willing to bark out, they see that. Men see that. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be straight up in this thing.
That's right.
You know?
It's Jeremiah 23:4. And I will set up shepherds over them, which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking.
Yeah, because the spirit of Yahweh Shai, he gave this truth on it was awakening our abilities down to the high priest, down to the apostles and the elders and the brothers that's teaching. They're all speaking the same thing. Okay, same man. Who they feeding? Israel, man, with God's wisdom and understanding. Constantly, all the time, 24/7, right? You go to YouTube, somebody's live show about 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, 1 in the morning.
Right.
That's why I say it's a high time to wake out of sleep.
Living water. Yeah.
Because it said during the end days, knowledge shall be increased. Remember? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, if I could get it in the NLT, it says Jeremiah 23:4. Then I will appoint responsible shepherds who will care for them. So these guys are irresponsible niggas, man. That's right. Irresponsible leaders. They don't take no accountability. You know, they don't want to tell the truth. And that dude, Tazariak, he said that he didn't get jabbed up because he fears the white man. He did it because he believes in General Yohana. Yeah, which is that's a stupid reason, man. That's not.
It shows what it doesn't do.
Right.
That's it, man.
Irresponsible. It says, then I will appoint responsible shepherds who will care for them, and they will never be afraid again.
There you go. Responsible shepherds is what? They be 100% true.
Right.
There ain't gonna be no holes in the doctrine, man. Exactly. Because when you teach lies, it's always open to questions all the time. They gotta cover it with what? Another lie. Come on, man. We here through the spirit of Yahweh Shai giving you 100%, man. And if you don't understand, you gotta ask, man. You know what I'm saying?
The Lord said he was going to give you teachers. You see? And he wasn't going to hide them. You know? So you seeing them.
Yep. Go ahead. That's right. It says, and they shall never be afraid again. Because, man, when you get this word, everybody learning under the doctrine of great millstone isn't afraid of what's coming, like as cowardly afraid. You know, because the scriptures tell you that the Lord didn't give us a spirit of fear, but of power. So when we teach this word, it's empowering people to have fear and believe in Yahweh that he's going to come through. But if you're not pushing that message, then you're going to be scared of all these things, and it's going to have you all messed up in your mind. You're not going to know what to do because you're going to lose your job. You're going to be considering the jab. You're not going to be able to go to the grocery store. So these things can make a person that doesn't got the 100% understanding fold, man, because they're not going to have any hope. But the responsible shepherds, they're giving the people hope, man. The elect.
So the Lord constantly assures us that he's with us. You see? The Lord says, who has been confounded that trusted in the Lord? You see? Go ahead.
Hey, the polite situation was proof the Lord with us.
Yep. Right.
In my opinion.
That was a sign. Right.
That was a sign.
Yep. It says, not a single one will be lost or missing. I, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, have spoken. All right. And that's talking about the elect. Right. None of the elect are going to go missing because the Lord has set up responsible leaders and responsible shepherds that were going to constantly be feeding the sheep. You know, constantly keeping them spiritually healthy, basically, man.
Yeah, none shall be plucked out of his hand, man.
Exactly.
Not a hair shall be plucked out of their head.
Right. So we all going to be in one spirit, in one mind, man.
So when you think about earlier, I went into Daniel chapter 3 and how it goes from them not bowing down to the image, you know what I'm saying, of Nebuchadnezzar, and then it talked about him being pissed off and throwing them in the fiery furnace. But then when you read the three holy children, you see how they responded to being thrown in there? They didn't panic, they just automatically started praying. They prayed, they repented, they glorified the Lord. You see what I'm saying? And before you know it, Yahweh was in there. You see? Nebuchadnezzar was like, hey, what did just 3 people that we threw in there? You know what I'm saying? They was tied, bound up, tossed in there, the whole thing. But then when Nebuchadnezzar looked in there, he see 4 men walking around in there. You see, when you believe on Yahweh Shem Yahushua, miracles happen, man. You see, we live in a society where nobody has offended anybody. You see, nobody's willing to acknowledge their offense. Somebody get that in I will hide my face until they acknowledge their offense. You see, we live in a society where ain't nobody never done nothing wrong. You see, but and when we in dire straits, we call on the Lord, we repent, right? We pray, and then things happen. Every time we try to do something else, we lose. You see? So you got people don't say, well, we gonna threaten your job. You ain't gonna be able to do this. You ain't gonna be able to barbecue on Sunday. Oh shit, no barbecue. Here, man, just take this, just do it, just don't skeet in me. You kidding me, man? You gonna allow the rape, just don't skeet in me? No, you say no.
They letting them leave it in.
Deuteronomy 22 and say cry out. If you don't cry out, you die with that nigga. Yep. If you cry out, you get delivered. Read the story of Susanna. It's all throughout the scriptures, man. The Lord coming to get us when we call on him. Look at the time of Judges, all that fucking up we was doing.
That's right.
Every single time. Every single time you was in dire straits and there wasn't nothing else you could do but call on the Lord, He came. How is it gonna be different now?
Right.
Please explain to me how that's gonna
And
be
you
different
got to
now.
tap into that. You got to believe. You got to
All
believe
of-
that.
They always do. All our forefathers do it.
gotta
When,
believe
when the Maccabees, when they was looking at all them Edomites and all them elephants and all that, they was like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? But then Judas was like, remember David?
Yep. Well, he went through history.
And they did remember.
Yep.
And they did remember. And guess what? Boost. Not that whack ass boost these niggas talking about. No. A spiritual boost. Let's go.
Yep. It's Hosea 5:15. I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense.
That's what I'm saying. Just because you got 1 million likes don't mean that shit was right.
Exactly.
That don't mean that was righteous. You know what I'm saying? Just because a lot of people thumbed it up. All that, if that many people thumbed up that much wickedness, if you got 1 million likes and you doing wickedness, that means all 1 million of them people didn't say nothing about the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So here you are with 1 million likes and you was eating clams and lobster and all this mess. You got all these likes. But that's what I'm saying. The Lord gonna kill your ass. You know what I'm saying? When He chop off your feet and that hair fall out, yeah, then who you gonna go to? Go ahead.
It says, I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta acknowledge your offense. When you look at our forefathers, we always acknowledged our offense. We was wrong. We messed up. Baba Kashar, Salakia, right? That's what our forefathers do. Everybody else, they want to tell you that God know their heart. God know my heart, that's why He gonna kill you, nigga. He know your heart, that's why your ass on the shit list. Go ahead.
That's what someone asked me. Someone asked me earlier this morning. Yeah. Texted me, say, hey bro, man, I got a question. Like, if God kills sinners, what's the point of me praying? Why should I pray if God kills sinners? He ain't gonna listen to my prayer anyway. And my response with him is that, you know, we read in Psalms 51st chapter, where there was a song of King David, basically asking for mercy from the sin of adultery, which is a sin unto death. The Most High and King David was a man after the Most High's heart, a sinner. So when you have a contrite spirit and you're seriously repenting towards the Lord and you want to establish that relationship again, Most High will come nigh to you. But if you got a proud heart, you just saying it to say it, like they do up in these churches.
I would say it's hard to forgive somebody that won't apologize. You know what I'm saying? Somebody mess over you and do all that and they just won't say nothing, and it's just up to you.
Yeah.
No, no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can just do whatever you want. That unconditional love is bullshit, man. Love is very conditional because this is a whole bunch of stuff that you're not going to allow somebody to do that claim they love you. Come on now. You can't just say that shit, bro.
The law is fulfilled in love.
You know?
Right. Psalm 51:3. For I acknowledge my transgressions.
See that? You see that?
Yeah.
I messed up. It was me. You don't look in the mirror and see no damn body else. It's you in there. Go ahead.
Don't blame it on nobody. He didn't. King David didn't say, man, but the titties were in my face, and he had committed a grave sin, man, for him to do this prayer. Right. He acknowledged that, man, I messed up, man. I felt I caved into the flesh, and he basically examined himself, man.
And that's why the remnant are likened unto the mercies of David. Because we've done sins we shouldn't really be forgiven for.
Exactly.
We can have grace. So when we in an unclean state, we could offer up a sacrifice. Because what did David say? He said, sacrifice of bullocks you require not, but a contrite spirit, a broken spirit is what the Lord requires. And if you're in that spirit, then your sins can be covered. Psalms 32, blessed is the man in whom the Lord does not impart iniquity. So that's why you pray, to hopeful to be a part of that number.
Exactly.
You know?
The Lord gonna forgive somebody.
Yeah, right. It's written.
It says, Psalm 51:3. For I acknowledge my transgressions, and my sin is ever before me. Right. Against thee only have I sinned.
That's what I'm saying. You acknowledging your fault and you acknowledging your power as well. You see? Only against you have I sinned. Everybody else would let me get away with it. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Yep. It says, against thee only have I sinned, and done this evil in thy sight,
Right.
that thou mightest be justified when thou speakest, and be clear when thou judgest.
That's what what I'm saying, man? At the end of the day, the Lord justified anybody getting this smoke. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nobody. I'm saying whoever perished being innocent, right? Read on.
I'm gonna jump to verse 16. It says, "For thou desirest not sacrifice, else would I give it."
Because obedience is better. You know what I'm saying? If you don't, I would say you don't gotta kill all these different animals. If you do what you're supposed to do, you know what I'm saying? That's why we make ourselves a living sacrifice now. Because we fuck up all week long. But that's what I'm saying. We putting up these lessons. We coming out on the highways and the byways, trying to be contrite enough to balance out the equation. You see?
Right, and that's the blessing that you're able to offer up a sacrifice to the Lord in that unclean state.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? That's what David represents. That's what even Abraham represents. He was uncircumcised, but the Heavenly Father allowed, he had mercy on him. It wasn't according to the law. It was according to his favor. And we want to be in good favor with the Lord, man.
That's why this is a confession. When we come out here and we minister, we serve, this is a confession to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. It's also a show of looking stupid. To ridiculing ourselves for the sake of basically gaining mercy. When you repent to something or to someone, you be willing to grovel. This is a way of kind of groveling to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua for his mercy. Putting ourselves in the way of death. You know, and it's like, man, you might somebody be with a girl, you cheat on me. You know, you do get all butt hurt, kill myself, you leave me. You know, and she be like, okay. You know. But that's what we do for y'all about Shemel Shah.
That's right. I was going to say, the scripture says there's no greater love than for a man to give up his life for his friends. We've given up our life for Yahweh Hashem Yahushua and his word. So Lord willing, we're one of his friends, because he said, I've called you, I don't call you servants, but I've called you friends. So it's our hope.
You're my friends if exactly what I say.
So that's why we're trying our hardest to do what he told us to do, man.
You got something about it?
Yeah. This is Romans 12:1. It says, I beseech you, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice.
That's what we're doing right now. See, we got sins that we know we've done and sins that we don't know we've done, so we got to do as much as we can. See? Go ahead.
It says, wholly acceptable to the Most High, which is your reasonable service.
Your reasonable service. Your reasonable service. Here it is. The Lord said, if you do everything I say, you'll be overcome with blessings. It's your reasonable service to earn that.
Good job.
Especially your reasonable service since you broke the covenant. You know what I'm saying? Because he says, if you don't do what I say, from 15 on down to 68. You see? And he made good on all them shits. He made good on all of them. It's lucky. All those, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
It makes good sense when the elder said that this is reasonable sacrifice, because it takes a broken man to come out here and do this consistently, man. Right. Because there's no gimmicks in what we're doing. Right. We ain't got no rappers or no cake band up here. We actually out here putting our lives on the line, man. We're going on faith. Right. We ain't got no type of reality show sitting there talking about gorilla. That's all folly and madness, man.
Yeah, that's why you got to keep a kingdom mindset. The kingdom mindset is what keeps the fuel in the tank, the vision, right? There's a difference between being a slave with a victim mindset and being a slave but having an overcoming and expected mindset. We're not saying that we're not downtrodden here in Babylon. We're not saying that we're not, handicapped, so to speak. I was talking with a brother out from Hawaii. We were kind of talking about the nature of the status of the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American in Babylon and the world abroad, man. It's like, it's messed up how everything that we've done doesn't get acknowledged, we cast down. But there's no excuse to have a bitch-ass slave mindset, man. Exactly. Just because you've been enslaved don't mean you take on the mentality of a slave. You still maintain the kingdom victory mindset, even though we're here for the grind. We're here for the grind. Like Nat Turner had a different spirit than the other people that was over there. It's the difference between knowing you're a slave, understanding the condition, understanding, damn, it sucks, and then that's all we're gonna do. I mean, we're slaves.
House nigga.
Versus, hey man, all right. This is what we come to say.
This is 2 Corinthians 6:10. As sorrowful yet always rejoicing, as poor yet making many rich, as having nothing and yet possessing all things.
That's really a belief. Belief is a game plan. That's right. Faith is just something you see in your mind. Belief is like, okay, this is how I'm gonna do it. Yahweh Shai sat down in the word a game plan of salvation. You're gonna do this until the end. And you allow that to be your joy as you work and toil in slavery. See what I'm saying? So that's what this calling card, that's what this confession you get. You have that conviction within that confession. You don't confess, you have be repentant to somebody that you don't expect to have a relationship back with. Yeah, if you know the relationship is over, you leave. But if you really try to say, leave, Lord, that comes with an expectation and a fervence and a, like, you know, when we get back together, I'm going to take you out. You know what I'm saying? That's how we got to come to this thing, man. You got to maintain that enthusiasm God within.
Right.
Okay?
Right. You gotta have vision. Let them rain, brothers. Let them rain. Y'all got it.
Yeah, real quick. This is 1 Corinthians 1, verse 21. It says, for after that, in the wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom knew not the Most High. It says it pleased the Most High, it's like it, by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe. See? We done got out here. It said you gotta look crazy, right? It says we fools for Hamashiach's sake, man.
That's right.
See? Go ahead. That was it. That was the point. Anyone?
Yeah, I got one.
Okay.
Bring yours. Just kind of going back on what the brother said, like Noah was building the ark, he was foolish to them. People were scoffing, it was mocking. It's the same thing here with building that spiritual ark up. So they come by, they fan their hands, but it's all good because we're setting our safety trap, so to speak.
That's right.
And, I got a precept. This is Hebrews 6 and 10. It says, for the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love which you have shown towards his name.
Bro, think about that. So if you out here looking crazy, the Lord ain't gonna forget that. You see? You was out there looking crazy when you was out there being wicked as hell. How crazy was you looking then?
Come.
So you didn't look crazy. Don't act like you got a problem with looking damn crazy. Right?
Blunt in the mouth.
You know what I'm saying? We don't already look crazy in wickedness. Now we're looking crazy in righteousness. It's a difference, man.
That's right.
You see? Go ahead.
It says, in that which you have ministered to the saints and you minister. Right? All right? And it says, and you desire that every one of you do show the same diligence to the full assurance of hope unto the end. And that goes that word hope again. Because we hope through faith to be saved. That's why brothers are so diligent. Yeah.
Isaiah chapter 20, verse 1. You gotta look crazy for the Lord, right? Let's go. Go ahead. In the year that Tartan came unto Ashdod, when Sargon the king of Assyria sent him and fought against Ashdod and took it, at the same time spake the Lord by Isaiah the son of Amos, saying, go and loosen the sackcloth from off thy loins, and put off thy shoe from thy foot. Yep. And he did so, walking naked and barefoot. Naked and barefoot. That ain't no metaphor. That represented the nakedness of the nation, but it was a prophet that took the brunt of that. You see? And he was doing that to make sure that he was okay when that time came. Go ahead. As the Lord said, like as my servant Isaiah have walked naked and barefoot 3 years for a sign and wonder upon Egypt and upon Ethiopia. Bro, 3 years walking around butt naked preaching. But that's what I'm saying. I guarantee you they didn't hear the message. Go ahead. So shall the king of Assyria lead away the Egyptians prisoners and the Ethiopians captives, young and old, naked and barefoot, even with their buttocks uncovered, to the shame of Egypt. That's what happened, man. That's what happened. Went into captivity naked. You know what I'm saying? You was naked at first, now you're really naked. You see how the Lord will put you out there? But hey, we ain't out here naked no more. You know what I'm saying? We got on the whole armor. Right. You know?
Right.
Somebody get that.
That's right. Ephesians.
Ephesians 6.
That's right.
This is what 4:20. Observe the opportunity and beware of evil, and be not ashamed when it concerns that soul, for there is a shame that bringeth sin, and there is a shame which is glory and grace.
That's what I'm saying. It's always two sides to the coin. It's always two sides to the coin. Either you're going to rise and shine or you're going to crumble. You see? But we all got to deal with the same shit. You know? That's when you compromise. See, when you compromise to the flesh, that's that shame that has no glory to it, man. Right. You got Jake out here that wants that corruptible crown, and even that corruptible crown is whack. You gonna go off, at least go hard. You gonna get Bible service at the Passover, at least let them be baddies. Shit.
Y'all can't even go off right. No, I'm kidding.
Real quick, this is Proverbs chapter 23, verse 17. Let not thine heart envy sinners, but be thou in fear of the Lord all the day long.
That's what I'm saying. See, them thumbs ups and them lights, them ain't coming from the heavens. They might be coming from them satellites up under the heavens, but they ain't coming from the heavens. You see, that's not real. You see, you take it out and say you going the Broadway instead of through the straight gate. You see, was that it?
Verse 18, for surely there is an end.
For surely there is an end. Go ahead.
And thine expectation shall not be cut off. So going into what the brothers are talking about, that expectation of returning and merging and being reunited with Yahweh Shai is still there. But you got to be in that expectation mind, looking forward, believing, hoping, being steadfast, unmovable. Those are the things that actually lead to salvation. You're not taking your eyes off the prize. That's being single-minded. That's having your body full of light. Because darkness is all out here in the world. So which one is actually going to triumph? Having a shame in this world, and leading unto death, or having a shame in preaching this gospel and actually being glorified in Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
That's what expectation is, man, and hoping and a longing for it. That's it.
This is Hebrews 11 and 24. It says, by faith Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of the Most High than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. Basically that's basically what Moses put his mind towards. He put his mind towards the riches which is to come. Because what we're called to be is visionaries. We see the kingdom first in our minds before it actually manifests. So that's something that we have our eyes towards. Like Moses, he knew if he would have went down the path of an Egyptian, he would have got destroyed with the Egyptians. So he had foresight on what he was actually about. He had faith in the Most High. He believed. Belief starts in your mind.
Can you read one more verse?
Yeah. It says, by faith he forsook. No, Salaki, this is another verse. It says, esteeming the reproach of Hamashiach greater riches than the treasures in Egypt, for he had respect unto the recompense of the reward.
Yeah, so he was looking ahead to the reward. Yeah. Right. Exactly. He had his mind on the reward of what it is to serve Yahweh Shai.
I can have riches with the Egyptians, or I can have abundant riches, and people actually coming to me amongst a sovereign nation, amongst my people, with no compromise. Right?
He was already in the spirit of the Lord's prayer way back then.
Yeah, I mean, you have people in the workforce. Somebody comes to you with a juicy job offer to come work for them. But then you have it in your mind, I'm gonna start my own thing. I'm gonna have my own business. I'm gonna be my own man.
That's right.
But but that's in your mind. You see it in your mind. You gotta put it in practice. How much more so spiritually? That sovereignty spiritually. Okay.
And he's seen that Egypt was done anyway. Egypt was done. About 40 years after that, after he had fled, that shit was destroyed when he came back, man. So that how much longer could he have enjoyed those riches of Egypt when it was about to be completely destroyed?
Somebody got that in Ephesians?
Ephesians 6 and 11.
Oh, okay, yeah. This one more verse. It says, Hebrews 11 and 27. By faith he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king, for he endured as seeing him who is invisible.
That's something we got to do now. We got to do that now. You know what I'm saying? Nebuchadnezzar about to say, y'all don't have to bow down when y'all heard that song. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Whose wrath are we not supposed to fear? It's Esau. This devil, the scriptures tell you in Revelation 12, he's coming down with great wrath. Right? Pharaoh's the same, we're the same, walking in the same stead. Right. Yep.
And we forsook Egypt. We forsook this place, man. We left whatever we had going for us in the world. We left that shit behind and put on this work, man.
That's right.
That Ephesians 6? Yeah. This is
And that
Ephesians.
don't mean be a damn bum and stink. Right. And shit like that, you know. Still got to take care of yourself. You brothers still got to go to work and do what you got to do.
All our forefathers flourished in the captivity they was here using the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh Hashem and Shah. Don't get it twisted.
Right.
Go ahead, brother.
This is Ephesians 6, verse 10. Ephesians 6 and 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's the advice we need going into today. See, when it's about to get ugly, we already see it. That nigga gonna fall. Go ahead.
It says, put on the whole armor of the Most High.
It says, put on the whole armor of the Most High. You remember how earlier we was talking about the nakedness of the nation of Israel. You see? You ain't naked if you got on armor. Right. You got to put on, I was saying, you can't just put armor on by yourself. You got to be fully clothed under that armor. Right. You see? So we got that protection. Just like when you go, we went from dry bones to whole armor. Yep. And this nigga can't do nothing. Go ahead, bro.
It says that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
You see that? Because the wiles of the devil are here. And reigning. You see? To the point so now to where he got to do like this. And Jacob just volunteered. Read on.
It says,
Water makes you weak. Water makes you
Oh, the ball.
we got the living water.
Do you put the armor on when the battle already starts? Or do you start putting the armor on when you hear the battle is coming? Right.
All things be done decently and in order.
Right?
Including war.
The scripture says, put ye on even the elect. Put ye on the elect.
That's right.
So we're putting on the mindset and characteristics of someone who is fully spiritually equipped to come into Jacob's trouble.
That's right.
Now, if you got a man on a high tower telling you that this war is coming, screaming at you, those of you who are watching that come into these live streams that just do it by passing, you watch it while you're playing video games, you're one of them. You haven't really sunk your teeth into this thing yet. When you gonna put your armor on? Okay? You don't look at the armor on the shelf and say, I'm gonna get there eventually. I'll be ready. I'm trying to time you how about your meow shot. Don't worry. It's deep in the night for a reason.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
Right? Put the armor on, right?
Right. Go ahead.
God says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
Right? We're not wrestling against flesh and blood. As much as they would love to wrestle with us, we got bigger fish to fry.
That's
we
right.
done already master being wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. We done already master turning the other cheek. You know what I'm saying? So Lord willing, we endure to the end. We ain't got to be out here wrestling and fighting with all these other people. That's what the 2/3 for. Right. They the ones that's finna get chased down by these robots and burnt up and beat up and all that shit. You see? That's for them. So Lord willing, all we got to do is occupy until he comes and stay occupied in prophecy.
That's right.
You see? Read on.
It says,
And that's part of the whole armor. You see? Go ahead.
but against principalities.
Principalities, demons, right? We can see the demons sometimes. Sometimes we see the demons enough to where we can escape that situation, right? Because the Lord said, if you lukewarm, He gonna spew you out His mouth.
That's right.
A couple verses later, He tell you those that don't get spewed out His mouth get the eye salve to be able to see all this stuff, right? Read on, brother.
Against powers. Against the rulers of the darkness of this world. Against spiritual wickedness in high places.
That's what I'm saying. That's so much more. That's so much more than a nigga with an Instagram.
Yeah.
We've been on Facebook, right? You know what I'm saying? We got off Facebook so we can get more seeds until when we came back to Facebook, we could be that shining light if you decide to do that.
That's right.
You see? Moving with wisdom no matter what the situation. You don't never take your arm off. Our arm ain't been taken off. We sleep in our armor. You kidding me?
That's right. The war ain't over.
We sleep in our armor. If you having a nightmare in the middle of the night, you click them hands together and say, you Barakatah Yahweh shot until the demon is gone. Right. Don't never take your arm off. Don't let no man take your crown. We ain't saying nothing that ain't in here. Read on, bro.
It says, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High.
The whole armor, not just half of it. If you ain't got no helmet on, that's how they gonna aim at your head.
Easy target.
That ye may be able to withstand in the evil day.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna take the whole armor to withstand in the evil day, and you still gonna have to have the Lord with you. Read on.
Time like never before. says, and having done all to stand. It says, stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth.
That's what I'm saying. That if your loins ain't girt about with truth, you're gonna lose.
That's right.
These dudes, they loins ain't girt with truth. You know what I'm saying? Here it is. We're talking about whole armor. We talking about whole armor. And all Jay got is a t-shirt with fringes. Ain't no whole armor. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got nothing covered up. And the fringe is your target. Oh, make sure you get him. That ain't the whole armor. Read on.
Verse 14, it says, stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness.
The breastplate of righteousness, man. Right. The breastplate of righteousness. Read on.
It says, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace.
Your feet shod with the... Read that again, bro.
Verse 15. And your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel.
That's what I'm saying. You ain't finna be on the battlefield with no flip-flops on. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have on the right girl.
So how beautiful are them that bring glad tidings. Right?
You know, it says, above all, taking the shield of faith.
That's what I'm saying. And faith is a gift from the Most High.
Right.
You see? Everybody on the planet ain't got faith. Look at this place. You know what I'm saying? Look at this place. Read on.
It says above all. So how you gonna admit the whole book of Hebrews, man? And you call yourself a Hebrew Israelite?
That's crazy.
That whole chapter, the book of Hebrews is about faith, man. That's how we move in this thing, man.
Oxymoron.
With our faith, man. It's like right now, if I said shield wall, we all here.
That's it, right? You know how it go.
But if I'm over here shield wall and my faith is down here, this brother can get hit, man. So we all gotta come correct, man.
That's
like
right.
that clip that we see in 300.
Right.
You know? He had all the characteristics of a warrior, but he had the limp arm. He had the strong hand. He couldn't hold up the shield, so he couldn't go.
I was just going to say that the scriptures show a contrast between physical armor and spiritual armor, because when King David, when he went to fight Goliath, he actually had on Saul's armor. But he took it off to fight. He went into that battle with faith. That was the first. I mean, he did slay Goliath with a sling, but he had it in his mind. He believed in the Most High.
That's right.
That's power. That's the shield.
Verse 16, it says, above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked.
Right? Keep going.
And take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit.
And that's what I'm saying, bro. You see what you need? You see what you need? That's a toolkit for you right there. That's the whole armor of the Lord right there, man. What we just described. What was just written. That was written for our learning.
That's right.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, we talked about the characteristics of keeping the kingdom on your mind, right? What does a helmet do? It protects your mind, the helmet of salvation, man. Right. You got to keep your mind in the game of salvation, kingdom mindset, right? Yep. So you got this shield, you got your shield of faith, and you got the word as a sword, man.
That's right.
Right?
Verse 17, it says, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Most High.
Which is the word of the Most High. So with all that, you got to have this word in you. Keep going.
God, it says, praying always with all prayer and supplication.
So while you got on the whole armor of the Lord, you still got to be in prayer.
Yeah.
You still got to be in belief. Right? Keep reading.
It says, and watching thereonto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to say, it's through much tribulation are we going to enter into the kingdom. Keep reading.
And for me, that utterance may be given unto me.
Right? So after all that, the utterance still got to be given unto you. Why?
That I may open my mouth boldly to make known the mystery of the gospel.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why all these other groups scared. That's why all these other groups shaking in their boots, because they don't have the whole armor of the Lord. You see, it said to come boldly as I ought to speak.
That's right.
We ought to speak boldly in the name of Yahweh, Shem Yahweh. But what you see all these other niggas doing? Nuts tucked, right? Nuts tucked, arm out. Nuts tucked, arm out. That's what you're doing. People popping on the handstand for the damn devil.
That's right.
That's right, man.
Bloody hands.
You put that armor on, man, it's supposed to put you in a state of boldness and readiness.
Exactly.
Right. So you see, I'm a person. I like allegories. I like to picture what I'm reading, man. Think about it, man. All right, when you see it says keeping the prayer in your mouth, utterance in your mouth. What are the soldiers doing when they out there, man? They say what cadences, right? Things that keep your mind in unison and keep your mind on victory, man.
That's right.
All right. And we ain't saying walk around like IUIC tripping.
Esau, we gonna fool ya.
You know? What we're talking about is talking about keeping the victory of Yahweh Shem Yahushai in your mind by speaking it, man. Right?
One more verse. It says, this is verse 20, for which I am an ambassador in bonds.
Prisoners of hope. Prisoners of hope, man. Go ahead.
That I therein, it says that therein I may speak boldly as I ought to speak.
That's what I'm saying. And we ought to speak boldly. When you have on that whole armor, you have that boldness. You see? That means that the Lord gave you everything necessary to get out of here. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is he's the Lord of the armies. You see?
Lord of hosts.
Come on now. Bring out what you got, bro.
This is Revelation 16 and 15. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garment.
Plain. Blessed is he that watch and keep his garment. We ain't naked no more. You see? We ain't naked no more. Read.
Lest he walk naked and they see his shame.
That's what I'm saying. And you see, you Cesariac, butt naked. Butt naked. Alizé, bucket naked. Bishop Jeff, no clothes. You see what I'm saying?
May 7th.
One body against Yahweh Shai. Right? IUIC, ISUPK, all these different groups openly choosing Satan. Openly. With black shades on and black boots and black boot borders of blue and black fringes and black everything. And black hearts and black minds.
Right.
How great is that darkness?
I'm telling you to get the jab, man.
Somebody get that in Matthew 6.
Get the juice.
How great is that darkness?
Anybody telling you to get that juice, trip.
I'm telling you.
See, when you have the whole armor of the Lord and everything, you can see that. You can spiritually discern, these motherfuckers is wicked. They're against the Lord. You're gonna see all that, man. Once you are deep rooted in this word, man. And there's nothing nobody can tell you, man. Right? You got that confidence, right? You're a soldier, right? You know, you got your Yahweh Shai has your back. You're confident on that. Guess what? You're gonna see bullshit easy.
That's right.
Let's get it. Let's prove it. We're gonna get Revelation 3 and 15 real quick.
This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 15. Says, I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot.
Right.
I would thou wert cold or hot.
If you're gonna be in this truth, be on fire. Go ahead.
So then, because thou art lukewarm,
Right.
and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth.
You're gonna get spewed out the Lord's mouth if you ain't for real about this thing. Keep reading.
Verse 17,
Yep.
because thou sayest, I am rich and increase with goods, and have need of nothing.
That's what I'm saying. That's these niggas. That's these niggas. You know what I'm saying? That's these bag taking, hoe chasing, such and such, so and so. Go ahead.
Because thou sayest, I am rich and increase with goods, and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched, and miserable, and poor, and blind, and naked.
That's what I'm saying. All that. You thinking you good, but the Lord is looking at you like this. Keep on going.
I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire,
Right.
that thou mayest be rich, and white raiment, that thou mayest be clothed,
Right.
and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear, and anoint thine eyes with eye salve.
That's what I'm saying. You got to be on fire to get the eye salve.
Right.
So who you think got the eye salve? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, the eye salve is on the planet. Through the apostles and elders, a great millstone and like-minded men.
That's right.
Period, point blank.
That's right.
Be straight up. You see? All that lukewarm, trying to come up with other ways, bringing gimmicks into the truth. You lukewarm. You see? So therefore, you seeing the spewed, and you seeing how they respond to being spewed. When the Lord spewed them out of their mouth, when the Lord spewed him out of his mouth, they openly said, you know what? We're going to defy you then.
Whoa.
Bro, since January 1st, since January 1st, these other Israelite groups have done everything in their power
Against Yahweh.
against Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.
Magnified too.
You see? Skipping Passovers,
right? Amongst other stuff. Let's go. Who got something?
It was a little bit more
Yeah,
on that.
yeah.
It says that thou mayest see.
That you may see, man. You see, so when the eye salve has been distributed amongst the men of the Lord, we can see these things, man. You see, we can see the mob mentality when it was just only in dogs, right? But now look at the mob mentality. It's way more than just puppies. Rover ain't the only one now, is he? You should know that there was a prophet among you, whether it's us or not.
That's right. That's right.
Go ahead.
It's Matthew 6:22. It says, the light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light.
It says that eye being single is being laser focused on this word.
That's right.
Period, point blank. And being laser focused on this word don't mean you reading all day and sitting in a lotus position. No. You reading this word and you utilizing this information to live your life in captivity.
You apply it.
To apply it. Right? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You don't go through boot camp and training and put on your armor and do all that, and then once the bullets start whizzing and flying, you just stand there. You are actually in the battle.
Right.
You know?
Exactly like you said, it's like you can't apply these scriptures without even being armed with that whole armor, because you'll get taken out. That's right.
That's right.
You know? That's right.
We see that already, man.
Yep.
Yep. We seen camp robbers, facial lobsters.
Yeah. coming with heresies and all.
Yeah, all that bullshit.
All because they couldn't battle against the wiles of the devil.
Exactly.
Like when that flat earth shit came,
Oh man.
it took niggas out
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah, the biker jacket.
Yeah, man.
Because their eyes not single. They were never about the truth. And what proves it is they're not even out there now, man. They fucking disappeared.
If you think of boom,
It says, the light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light.
thy whole body shall be full of light, man. So everything you do, everywhere you go, you know what I'm saying, it's just gonna be something about you.
Right.
You're gonna be that one person that walked in the store and the only person that said hi to the attendant. You're the only person that put the money in his hand. You're the only person that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they're gonna remember that when they get home, because that's the light of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh shining off us.
Sometimes they'll let you know. Like,
Yeah.
hey, man,
You know?
thank you for
You know what I'm
doing
saying?
that.
I've been having a rough ass day. You're the only person that asked how I was doing
I'm
today.
glad you came by.
Right? We get that all the time.
All the time.
You know what I'm saying? When we used to be out in the world, we used to feel good. Now we just be at home. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Go ahead.
It says, but if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness.
That's what I'm saying. Both of these niggas' eyes. Why you think he's got some shades on, man?
Great guys.
You see, bro, you indoors. You indoors.
Sunglasses at night.
You indoors doing the show at night. Or in the daytime, whenever you do it. I don't know.
Don't even matter.
You know what I'm saying? But you indoors with shades on, teaching the Bible. Well, not even teaching the Bible. They don't even bring out precepts.
Right.
But go ahead.
Yep.
Yeah, how great is that darkness?
Right.
What's the point? Read that again about
Yep.
yourself.
But if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness?
That darkness is real dark, man.
Oh, we seeing
real
it.
dark, man. We seeing it.
We're seeing
We
it.
seeing it, man. Look at these dudes, man.
Man, that's 2,000 years ago. Look what they did to the Lord.
Yeah.
The Lord was disfigured by the time he was hanging on that cross. And then they were looking at that body and he was jacked up. And they were telling him to jump off.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's how great that darkness goes.
That's
How
crazy.
much more 2,000 years later?
Knowing he was innocent.
Right.
Knowing he didn't do none of that shit that they all conspired and said that he did, man. You know, it says, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, which proves that these guys don't serve Yahweh Shai, man. Their actions prove they serve the devil. That's their master. Money, because they do it for money. These dudes, they say they don't make money, but they are making money, man. You know, they got merchandise. They made a merchandise out of the truth. They sell albums. They sell shirts, fringes, zeets, and all this bullshit. You know, it says, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other.
You see that? You see that? And that's what you see in that. You see in that.
I would say they start the video with Yahweh Shem Yahushai, they end the video with Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and everything in between is all about them. Everything in between. I would say, so it's like they just saying that just to keep you, you know what I'm saying?
It's like a hook.
And then everything in the middle is all about what they doing and what they got going and all these different things, man. You know?
And none of that shit edifies.
Exactly.
None of that shit is building
Precept.
people up to be ready to basically to lift their shield of faith. None of that is clothing them with the whole armor of the truth, man.
Oh, look at
You know? Naked.
Look at Nick.
I got a little bit more. It says, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve the Most High and Mammon.
And that's what I'm saying. These niggas want to serve Mammon. They done made their mind up. Oh, Yahushua ain't dealing with me? Oh, he ain't dealing with me? That's how they doing. Oh, he ain't? Oh, okay, well, I guess someone has to do me. Bro, that's what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Oh, if Yahushua ain't dealing with me, then I ain't dealing with him. Bro, they openly choosing Satan on, bro, they hitting record and choosing Satan.
It's right on their video, man. See it.
Man, look. World, bring your precept up.
This is 2 Samuel chapter 3, starting at the top. Now there was a long war between the house of Saul and the house of David.
And that's happening now. Go ahead.
But David waxed stronger and stronger.
That's what's happening now. Why is David waxing stronger and stronger? Because he's in the precepts. He said, the precepts give me understanding. You see? Go ahead.
And the house of Saul waxed weaker and weaker.
That's what I'm saying.
That was it.
So it's everything but Yahweh Shem Yahushai now with these other groups. They only said at the beginning and at the end. In the middle it's all Christ and Jesus and all. Bro, it's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous.
Well, King David operated off faith first.
Right.
Saul operated off what he could see. And Saul constantly questioned the Heavenly Father on whether they would be victorious because of what he saw. King David would just be like, hey, we know now is the time for victory.
Yep.
And we're in that time in the midst of Jacob's trouble as they begin to strip the whole world of their rights.
Right.
As they begin to come down with great wrath, like it talks about in the book of Revelation, the 12th chapter. Now we're in the time of operating initially with faith. Okay, because it's going to take faith to be able to lose certain amenities of the great American empire. It is the comforts, and these are the same comforts that was taken away from the disciples and apostles during the time of Rome. Because you got to remember, they was there during the time of Pax Romana. This is when Rome was at its height. This is when the indoctrination of Rome was at its height. You know, all roads lead to Rome. And it's the same sentiment here about the great American enterprise, the land of the free. So to operate against the status quo here, man, now they have it to where propaganda can go out instantaneously. Social media, they can go live with telling you that you're stupid and you're crazy and you're conspiracy theorists and you're wrong and you're a threat to society, you're a terrorist. Oh my gosh, how could you? What about the, you know, it's the same type of propaganda that was going out against the Christians at that time, man. These people are going to get us all killed. They're not following Rome. To the point to where they were hunting them down. So in like manner, you have basically the people who are completely worshiping the image of the beast are gonna start hunting you down, man. That's why you gotta be mindful of who you speak to. That's why the scripture says, cast not your pearls into swine, lest they turn around and rend you. Be careful who you deal with. Know who you're talking to.
Right.
Okay, we're in the time of operating through faith, like King David. Okay, and the Most High will bestow mercy and power. And he will have it come out in the dispensation of time that needs be. Okay? We are in that time, man. You got something else?
Even in Ezra, the angel had told Ezra to only share what was given to him with those that were like him or of like mind with him. Right? This ain't for everybody, man. This ain't for your aunts. And then you end up telling your aunt, she gets sick, start blaming you, man. Yeah. Coming after you. Yeah. That's what we're living through right now, man.
Where's your mask? Where's the time? Where's the time? If you won't just go openly take that juice that they passing out, your coworkers like, he didn't take it. He's not juiced. You know, to try to ruin your life and your ability to take care of your family with no regard of how your well-being. Don't care.
The love of many shall wax
The
cold.
love of many shall wax cold, man.
Right.
See, we're in those times. Okay, it's that serious. Okay, you'll get canceled. Let's go, champ.
It's Ephesians 5 and 15. See, then that you walk circumspectly, that is fools.
And circumspect means to look around. Circum is in a circle, and spect is to see, to look around you, man. Always be aware.
That's the job of a watchman.
Right. Right. Because the watchman is standing up high, so he can see in 360, the whole 360 directions.
That's right.
See, back in Ephesians 5 and 15, see, then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil.
Now, your word says redeeming the time. You have to know. You gotta have to be aware of the time you live in. There's been a time of hate and war, right? So what does Scripture say when Yahweh said, be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove.
That's right.
You gotta know how to move. You gotta know how to move around here.
Right.
So if you at your job, right? You're saying you hear murmurs about the juice, and you say, "Hey, you took the juice yet?" I say, "You know what? I'll wait. I'm working on it."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. I'll wait for a better juice. Just to keep it off my back because you can't trust these motherfuckers, man. Right. They go behind your back, yo, man. You trying to cause an uprising at work. Right.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Yeah.
You doing all right? All right. I'm glad you're doing all right. So what about this? You know what I mean?
Keep it cordial. You don't gotta go like you on the streets cussing. You got that too, ain't gonna fucking die. You don't gotta do all that, man. You know, Moderna, baby. I got some respect.
Yeah, but it's different when we out there teaching. Yeah, we gonna warn the people. Hey, don't take that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's different, man. We out there in the high tower. We gotta blow that horn, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But when you in your personal thing, you know what I mean?
Clark Kent.
Right. Clark Kent, exactly, brother.
Yeah, when the scriptures say to make your light shine, that's mainly speaking about when we come out here to do, these shows on the street, and when we do our shows during the week. That's mainly what it's talking about. It doesn't mean go to work and be this prophet, man, and fuck your whole life up, I got something real quick though. Talking about measuring time. It says 2nd Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, "Measure thou the time diligently in itself."
And with us measuring the times now, we're seeing that we're closer and closer to the end. You see? Just like we were talking about earlier. We've seen these prophecies. I would say, you've seen the wars and the rumors of wars, the earthquakes and all these things. Now they happening at such a rapid rate. You see? And these prophecies are starting to pop to the point to where each time something happens, we're like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So now that silhouette is getting closer. You see?
Because this is the measurement, the measuring instrument that we got in order to measure the time.
Right.
We filter out the events that are happening in the world with the scriptures. We see where it applies.
Okay, one part earthquake, 2-part riots, 3 pestilence, and a whole cup of war. You know what I'm saying? We're measuring it,
A simple idiot out there that don't understand his word, they're gonna be going crazy. But the ones that's measuring that time say, okay, earth power, the time of sorrow. This is right.
But we're hastening the day. Right. We're looking when we watch the news, when we watch these events, we're looking for Yahweh Shai, man.
That's right.
That's what we're doing every single day, constantly.
2nd Ezra 15 and 16 is starting to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That dog in the door, man. That dog in the door. Don't he hasten the day? As soon as you pull up, he goes. That's how we offer y'all about Yahweh Shai, man.
That's right.
It says, "And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand."
You gotta be watching.
Right.
You gotta be watching. That's just like we got Reunion Tower up here, man. If you ever go up to Reunion Tower, that big ball, it rotates. Do you know how far you can see all the way up there? We standing on that tower. Go ahead.
It says, "Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made."
Because that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. When them two dudes finna fight, when them two dudes get into it in the lunchroom in the morning, and you know they're gonna fight after school, it's a rumor every time the bell rings.
Yeah.
But then after the school, when they start thumping, guess what? You see, that rumor turned into the real deal. Go ahead.
It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world.
We always been seeing that. You're right. Okay, keep going.
Yep. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Even from the beginning. The end is declared from the beginning.
That's right.
You see? So once you put these things together, you know what to look for. You see? You got people that's completely asleep, completely drooling. I'm talking about alarm clock done been going off. They don't hear nothing. You know what I'm saying? But the scriptures tell you it's high time to awake out of sleep.
Right. Right.
You see? And those that's going to be awake are going to be the ones that don't get caught. They're going to be caught out there. You know?
Yeah, the elect is gonna wake up, man. It's already set up and written.
That's right.
It says, for like as all that is made in the world has beginning and an end, and the end is manifest.
It is manifest, man. Right. The end is manifest. You don't say the middle is manifest. Right. You know what I'm saying? It say the end is manifest. The end of what? You know what I'm saying? The end of this world as we know it. Yeah. You see, the scriptures tell you that Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning
of it. They follow.
You see, we have,
right.
So where we are in time is at the end of Esau's rulership, ushering into the kingdom of Yahweh Shai.
It's 1 Peter 4:7. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer.
And that's what I'm saying. The last days started when Yahweh came 2,000 years ago, man. You see? So I will say the Lord came, made his sacrifice, gave us the comforter. It was falling away. A whole lot of things had to happen prophecy-wise. Right. You see? So seeing that those things have happened, okay, but if all those things happened, what's next? Right? That's why the apostles and elders will tell you, look, you're going to have to push this, you're going to have to push that. World War III, boom, boom, boom. It ain't finna happen no other way. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because it's what the prophecy say. Right. So instead of us trying to predict what's happening, all we do is watch, and then when things happen, you filter it through the scriptures.
Right in there. Right in there.
Go ahead.
Yep. It says,
you know?
Right. Yep. Yeah. It says, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonders and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs. And every one that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed shall be preserved from the said perils.
I'm saying somebody get Revelation 3:10 real quick to back it up.
And works and faith, man. So you're walking out a pathway that you believe will happen, but you don't see it.
Right.
That's works and faith.
That's right.
Right?
It's a
So when you
substance.
believe something works, when you believe something will be successful, you hit that hook.
Right.
Right? You go get it. Sounds like a good plan. Let's go.
Yeah.
We was talking about something in the chat a couple of weeks ago. We're like, that's a good idea. I'll be down in a couple of weeks. We'll talk about it. Don't play around. You know what I'm saying? You know? So, how much more so the game plan that Yahweh Shai is giving for those who are faithful? Okay.
It's the book of Revelation. It's guaranteed. You know, Lord, the scriptures say that he's not a man that he should lie. Right. And he already laid out every single thing that's going to happen, man. All he needs to do is play out. You know?
That's right. We got the scripts, so we know what to look for.
Yeah.
This book of Revelations 3, verse 10, the words of Yahweh Shai. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation.
Period.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
That lets you know an hour of temptation coming, and let you know he got you. You know what I'm saying? That's enough. That's enough for us.
Man.
You know? I will say the Lord was getting on Jacob seeking a sign. I will say, you talking about we need to see a sign, you need to show us this, you need to show us that, nigga, I'm standing here. That's what the Lord said. Right. I'm the sign. You know what I'm saying? They will say when he closed the book, when he was reading Isaiah, there go your sign right there. You know what I'm saying? Then on top of the miracles, because the Lord was so he was so graceful at taking himself out the equation. He was like, look, even if you think I'm a total piece of, you know what I'm saying?
Do it for the word's sake.
Look at the works though. You know what I'm saying? The works of the Lord are happening, whether you like me or not. You know? You're like,
That's a major flex. What you got?
You know? That's it.
And those works were fulfilling things that were written way before he even came on the scene.
Right.
Yep. You know?
That's right. And the men that saw those miracles and believed on them, it's the same thing now. We see the miracles through the book.
Right.
You see? That's what I said. We know the Lord walked on water. You see? We believe that the Lord fed all them people.
That's right.
You see? We believe that he rose from the dead. Yeah. So I guess y'all just gonna have to be mad at us. And guess what? We're gonna be mad at you. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord said for the gospel's sake, we was gonna be made enemies. You see? All those niggas that said crucify, they gonna get judged and then they gonna come back in the kingdom. All those men that stood so stiffly for him, not all of them gonna have to die. You see? They ain't gonna be raised up. It's all in there.
Right.
Children is a part of the story. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We living it. This is Revelations 3:10. I'm gonna start at the top. It says, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation." That's just like when the Lord said, "You my friends, if you do what I say."
Right.
Conditional love, right? You know what I'm saying? You ain't finna just, the Lord said, you ain't finna just do whatever the hell you want to do and say you love me.
You love me, keep my commandments.
You know? How do it work? Come on now.
Love is an action, not an emotion.
Somebody else got something?
I got one.
All right.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 21. For after that, in the wisdom of the Most High, for the world by wisdom knew not the Most High, it pleased.
Not the Most High, man. You see, everybody's so fucking smart. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody know the Lord though. Right? Everybody got a plan. Everybody's so smart. You know what I'm saying? Your smarts don't matter to the Lord, man. Because it's all about getting back to Him.
That's right.
All this other plan, we gonna do this. No. All that backhand, left alley crap is dead, bro. Go ahead.
It pleased the Most High.
Nigga finna build a bank. Nigga finna go build a bank to ask Esau to help.
That's all. At the end of the day, that's all foolishness to the Lord, man. Everything. Right?
See, we got to get this bank, brother. You see this pole back here? Ah, man, no! Preach the word. Be into this season, out of season.
You gotta build a new Nazareth.
You know what I'm saying? Nigga opening people's mailboxes and shit.
It pleased the Most High by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe.
That's what I'm saying. The foolishness of preaching to save them that believe. Like we were talking about earlier, you gotta look crazy. You know what I'm saying? You don't look crazy in wickedness. You don't look crazy in wickedness. You might as well look crazy in righteousness. You know what I'm saying? You got something? Okay, y'all let him fly, man.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 24, talking about, fighting, toiling, It says, "Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize. So run that ye may obtain." So yeah, that's putting on this whole armor. That's making sure your whole body is full of light, and that's having the expectation of salvation. You don't line up and run a race and figure out, I'm gonna come in last. So that's what these scriptures do. It gives you hope that we're gonna finish. That Yahweh Shai and what His word has said is coming true. So we're measuring the time, and we're also fulfilling that through our faith.
That's
because
right.
when you line up on that line, do you feel like you're gonna lose? If so, then what's the point of lining up? You see what I'm saying? So you line up to run the race to where you can obtain that prize, being salvation.
Right, brother.
This Isaiah 29:13. Wherefore the Lord said, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their hearts far from me, and their fear toward me is taught by the precept of man.
You see, that's what I'm saying. That's when you call all your Yahweh Shai at the beginning and at the end. In the middle, it's all you. You see that? You see how? Read that again, Baba Kashad. You see that though? It's our duty to break these things down to where you can understand it now.
That's right.
You see?
It said back in Isaiah 29:13, wherefore the Lord said, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me, and their fear toward me is taught by the precept of man.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's plain as day. That's plain as day.
you telling your congregation they got another way to go besides the straight gate.
I took it.
I just took it so you niggas won't be so damn scared. You suckers. You bunch of suckers. Kiss my Converse. All that old madness, man. You see? That ain't got nothing to do with the scriptures or the Spirit of the Lord, bro.
Right.
Somebody else holding something?
This is Luke 23 and 38.
Because the brother was talking about operating on faith and not the tokens of Yahweh Shemel Shah. It's understanding through the prophecies and confessing. Now, we're not standing out here acting like we're perfect in the flesh. We're not. We come out here and we talk about how this thing is a chief confession. Us out here prophesying and preaching, just like the high priest did at the time. They were first sacrificed for themselves. This is a sacrifice for us to be saved as well. It's a confession of repentance, so that we can maintain a relationship with Yahweh Hashem Yahushua and make it into the kingdom, man.
That's right.
Okay? Go ahead, champ.
Yep. It says Luke 23 and 38. And a superscription also was written over him in the letters of Greek and Latin and Hebrew.
Right?
This is the King of the Jews, and one of the malefactors, which
One of the evil workers, evil doers, is what malefactor means. Mal meaning bad, factor means work or business. So they did some type of evil work, got caught.
Right.
Criminal.
Some type of crime.
Right?
It says, and one of the malefactors which were hanged railed on him, saying, if thou be the anointed, save thyself and us.
Now, can you imagine this? Imagine the pride that a lot of people have. This guy's up here hanging, about to be crucified, and he railing on Yahushua. To rail on somebody like, man, you the hey, man. Right, bro. If you the Messiah, save us, dog. What are you doing? Right? So someone who's getting that, and we don't want to be a whole ass nigga like that, man. You got a picture in your mind, him screaming on Yahushua, talking about, come on, bro.
Do something.
You know? But check what the other guy said.
1/3 and the 2/3.
Right.
It says, but the other answering rebuked him, saying, does not thou fear the Most High, seeing thou art in the same condemnation, and we indeed justly, for we receive the due reward of our deeds.
Yeah, man. Say, hey, man, what are you talking about, bro?
See how he acknowledged his offense?
He acknowledged his offense.
And he repented, man.
That's right. So we want to be that, man. We're those malefactors coming and turning back, man. Right? With that confession to Yahushua.
Yeah.
All right? With a contrite heart and spirit. Yeah. Calling unto, remember, he rebuked the other guy. So we've been rebuked and come out and exhort and admonish, but we still understand that we have gone off.
That's right.
This is the difference.
I think it says in Micah that I will bear my
iniquity
because I have sinned.
Come.
You know? And that's the attitude of this man right here, man.
Right.
He was bearing his iniquity, his judgment, because he knew that he had messed up, man. He lived a fucked up life.
That's right. Go ahead.
Yep. It says, and
in that moment he did the work.
Yeah.
That was faith and belief right there.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's like that penny that's gonna be given.
That's
even
right.
to the
That
last.
was works with faith. Right. Practice right there with his tongue. Okay. Go ahead.
It says, and we deed justly, for we receive the due reward of our deeds. But this man has done nothing amiss. And he said unto Yahushua, Lord, remember me when thou comest into thy kingdom. And Yahushua said unto him, verily I say unto thee, today thou shalt be with me in paradise.
Come on, champ. Right there in that moment, man, he was taken up to the upper echelon, man. Just by that word and belief and that faith right there, man. You gotta hold on, even if they got you on the cross, man. You gotta hold on to the things that you're hearing through the spirit power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua and not compromise. Right? Repent and understand, man. The Most High has the power to do anything. We're in that time. Right? We're in that time of preparation. It's high time that we wake out of sleep. Prepare before it gets here. This is that calling. That's right. All right? But those who are serious are going to be girding their minds up It's not going to just be a word on the camera on YouTube while you're chilling in your living room. It's not going to just be like that for too much longer, man. It's not going to just be a horn that you hear in the background. It's going to be right outside your city and at the door. This is not fear mongering. This is faith mongering. Let's go.
That's right.
Okay.
Right.
Anybody else have points?
I got a parable of the publican and the sinner right after prayer. This is Luke 18:9. It says, "And he spake this parable unto certain which trusted in themselves that they were righteous and despised others. 2 men went up into the temple to pray, the one a Pharisee and the other a publican. The Pharisee stood and prayed thus with himself, O Most High, I thank thee that I am not as other men are, extortioners, unjust, adulterers, or even as the publican. I fast twice in the week. I give tithes of all that I possess." And the publican, standing afar off, would not.
Man, so he came in. I don't never go off, man. I do the best I am. I'm just glad I'm not like these other people, man. Right? Like a narcissist. Right? He was in that polite spirit. Teaching you how to get rich. I got wealth. I got wealth mindset. Get your doge. Okay, all the way until he gets locked into the bottom of the prison cell, man. He gonna be talking shit. Okay?
Having grace and mercy is a position of privilege, man, because it's undeserved. We've done nothing to deserve to.
Right.
When the Lord woke us up, when the Lord woke me up, I had done nothing to deserve to even be able to hear the truth. Didn't do shit.
Yeah,
but it's a thing of the Lord had grace and we're in a privileged position now, man. You know?
So a lot of that pride is gonna be swept away, man. Like you said about Paul, like when he arrived at that cell. Hey, we heard about you before you even got here.
Talking shit.
You need to get the education. Because your looks ain't gonna get you paid. Dusty. They ain't gonna be ready for Paul like that. They ain't gonna be able to talk out of that.
It says, Luke 18:13 says, "And the publican standing afar off would not lift up so much as his eyes unto heaven, but smote upon his breast, saying, Most High, be merciful to me, a sinner."
Acknowledging your offense.
Acknowledging your offense, bro. You know, he was feeling it, man.
The reason why I brought that out,
He was just like,
because that's in comparison to the malefactor. He was a sinner, yet he believed in Yahushua.
That's right. That's right. He knew, man. We need mercy. We need grace. We need salvation. We need a way out behind enemy lines, man. All right?
Just a little bit more. Just one more verse. It says, "I tell you, this man went down to his house justified rather than the other. For everyone that exalted himself shall be abased, and he that humbleth himself shall be exalted."
Boom. That's why you make the truth as your chief priority. You give up what you got going on there, right? Everything kind of gets put on the back burner for what? The ultimate goal. That uncorruptible crown.
That's right.
This is Proverbs 28:13. He that covered his sins shall not prosper, but whoso confessed it and forsaken them shall have mercy.
Right. So we walk boldness knowing that Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua is faithful to his word, but it's with a mindset of humility that we need salvation and grace, and we walk and we understand who got our back and who's really the person or entity that's going to get us through this. It's not by our own powers, not by our own might, not because we special, not because we cute, not because,
we smart.
No, man. It's through the grace and might and mercy of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. That's the umbrella that we focus to stay underneath.
That's right.
That's our chariot by day, that fire by night, that cloud by day, and our fire by night. We acknowledge and follow. That's right. Whithersoever the Lamb goeth. Okay. So, all right, man. Hey, this is another sermon, man. It's always beautiful. Y'all see, we got the icon that's traveled in and everything like that, man. Y'all do a prayers for us. We do prayers for you. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Beautiful times, man. That's right.
Hey, that
We want to give all praises to
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Rakakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the I can teach you about the Mayam Wa'amat. That's in sincerity and truth. Shalom.
Shalom.
All right.
Shalom.